daddy issues. This daddy issues does not explain this.
Thank you very much.
When in doubt, boulders.
And I love you, random citizen.
Bummer. Will I remember to click all the buttons? Who knows? Hi guys, welcome back to live streaming with Sam, who never knows what's going on. Speaking of not knowing what's going on, first order of business, I would like to apologize real quickly to everybody who joined us for our stream yesterday. I didn't realize that there was still a thumbnail, and I gave the impression that we were doing a live stream when we were just testing some commands, so apologies for anybody who accidentally joined us there. Secondly, we are here for Sam Help Live today, which is where I try to fix your builds. We do have a hashtag Sam Help Live, which I have here. Even if your build isn't in the hashtag, though, if you let me know your gallery ID and lot title, we can definitely take a look at it today. If you just send a message, that's how you join the queue. So send me a message with your lot title and gallery ID, and then also what it is that you'd like fixed, and we can take a look at it. We do prioritize live viewers, but if for whatever reason the stream is slow, then we'll just look at whatever happens to be on the hashtag today. Next up, hi everybody, welcome in. I'm seeing hearts coming up on TikTok. The thing updated so I can actually see those, so that's adorable. Thank you to whoever's liking the stream, because it's not telling me who's liking the stream, but whoever you are, thank you very much for the likes. Also, YouTube, hello, who's all here today? Rose is here. Rose got first. Congratulations on getting here first, Rose. Julia, hello. Congratulations on being here second, even if we don't have a second command yet. Catmom Designs, hello. Welcome in. I did see that you joined the Discord, so happy to have you be part of that community. Kay, hello. Precious, lovely to see you, of course. Ellie, hi. Welcome in. Julia has no goats. Yes, so the goats is something we're trying to include in the stream. So you can like get goats for being early to stream and stuff, and slowly collect goats and eventually redeem your goats for some super cool rewards. But unfortunately, the command is like not working, which is super annoying. Does anybody have a build they'd like us to get started with? Otherwise, I'll just see what we have going on over here. Let's see. I know that we were looking to, I think we were looking to do this one last time, but we didn't end up doing it because my game crashed, if I remember correctly. So hopefully that doesn't happen today. But who knows? Who knows? Alright, I don't see anybody in chat with any particular builds, so I'm just gonna take a little look-see. I think we've done most of these. Did we do this one? Fill in the negative space in the already decorated apartments. This one does not look like we've done this one yet. Perfect, hello, welcome in. Yours isn't ready yet, no worries. So I don't think we've done that one. This one we did. Oracle Manor, ooh, this looks fun. Need help figuring out best landscaping for this. Still you struggle the most. Advice on decorating would also be appreciated. This one is by BroServant77. This is a pretty impressive looking build. Working on a build palette and stairs are making you frustrated. Oh, stairs. Oh, good old stairs. Well, I might get started with this one, unless, again, I don't see anybody in chat. Ellie, you have one in a few minutes. Fabulous. I think I'm going to take a look at this one then. We can start off with some landscaping. I like how big this is. 50-40. I'm also thinking that when I'm going to tweak a couple things with the stream and basically start season 3, quote unquote, of Sam Help Live in the fall. And I think one of the things I'm going to change is making another new save, because this one has not been running smoothly for us recently and it's starting to get on my nerves. So let's take a look at this. Museum. Ooh, cool. Oh no, wait, duh. This is a museum. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Let's try and actually place it with the proper lot type, shall we? Who knows? No, jeez. Place, gallery. There we go. This is what I want to happen. Maybe. Here we are. Okay. Also, I heard that The Sims actually updated their game to have a streamer mode, which I am pretty excited about, and have not looked into at all. So, we still have no music currently in the game, but I will look into that. It does make editing clips a little bit more difficult, but... Okay, so it looks like you have everything pretty well situated. I know this isn't landscaping, but the first thing that I'm seeing on this one is the diamond is like partway in the ground. So I would recommend either switching over just to this foundation, which is pretty much the same brick texture, just without the diamonds, so they're not sunk in the ground, or you could consider raising your house a little bit so that the diamonds are actually showing. That's probably what I'd do with this one. I'll put that back though, since that's not what was asked to be addressed, but sometimes I can't help myself. We were talking about landscaping. Overall, this is a very symmetrical, very classic shape here, so I definitely want to go with something a little bit more refined, fairly symmetrical. And what packs are we working with on this one today? Cats and dogs. Ooh, cats and dogs has some good landscaping stuff. The rest of these... Backyard stuff. Okay, cats and dogs and backyard stuff, I think, are the only ones that actually have landscaping. So, base game, cats and dogs, and... there are way too many packs at this point. Backyard stuff. Okay. Because this has cats and dogs, Does backyard stuff? Oh, but it has this one bush, the gumdrop bush. I thought it had more. Oh well, I was probably thinking of romantic garden. Never lets you put trim on the foundation. Shay, so just to make sure, there is a difference between foundations and platforms. Just to make sure that we have everything sorted out here. So a foundation is adjusted with this arrow, and you put the trim down here. These are the foundation trims. This is what will change that. However, a platform is what happens when you use these arrows, and their trims, even though they look the same, are actually down here in the platform trims. And this is how you change the trim on this. So they are two separate things, but they look the same. So on the off chance that that was the issue there you go. So platform is these arrows, and the trim is down here in the wall menu. Foundation is this arrow, and it's down here. It looks the same, but for some reason it matters. Okay, so anyway, what we're supposed to be doing is landscaping. What do I want to start with here? I want to do these middle bed areas quite symmetrical, I think, but it would also be nice to do some trees to one side or the other, depending on which side the angled photos are from. Alright, the angled photos on this lot are from this side, so I want to put trees over on this side. I think that'll look pretty nice. Shay, that was the issue? Okay, awesome. I know a lot of people know that, but a lot of people don't. It feels like a 50-50 split in the build community, so I just wanted, just in case that was the issue, I wanted to throw that out there. So hopefully that helps with that. Oh, this is a big old tree. I do like this tree. I really like the cats and dogs landscaping. Honestly, all of it's pretty good. Okay, so I want a tree on that side. The rest of this, because it is just such a nice classic home shape and there's really not a lot of fancy stuff going on, I think I'm going to carry that down through the landscaping as well. Nat, hello, welcome in. I wish you had stuff on the gallery. Hi, Simster. Welcome in. If you're interested in participating in a build help stream in the future, I do them on the first Monday of every month, just so that way it's nice and consistent. And then I didn't have any in the queue today, so I am just pulling from the gallery. Whether or not the person is actually going to see this or not, who knows, but I will leave them a comment on the gallery. And I will also let you guys know that I'm using the bracket keys on my computer to resize these. The bracket keys will either shrink or enlarge the item, and you don't have to have move objects on for that. Move objects on for that one. Okay, so I'm bringing in some shrubs. Ooh, I think I should bring in a couple more over here. And my general rule of thumb for placing shrubs, oh, that's what I was going to say, is even if nobody else sees this, it'll still make for, hopefully, some decent, moderately educational, moderately helpful content. General rule of thumb for shrubs is overall, I want to have an odd number of placements happening. So right now we're going to be even today because we're doing some symmetry. But on either side, I'd like to have an odd number of placements. So I think I'll add a couple more right here at the front and right over here. And I think that'll bush it out pretty well, I think. Figured out my next stream? Fabulous. I look forward to seeing you in here again. Also, somebody, oh, Simster, you followed. Thank you so much for the follow. I heard the little thank you. Which I forgot about last stream. I forgot I had that sound alert put in, and then something kept saying thank you, and I was so confused. Next up, after bushes, I want to pick... Do I actually want to do 3 flowers? Usually I do 3, but I might just do 2 for this one. I definitely want to do these. The hydrangeas. But I might just do 2 because I definitely want to also pull in the hosta plants from cats and dogs, just because those are great. So I want to place a few of these over here and then try and mimic the placement on the other side. Oh, other keys that I hold when I am landscaping. So I will hold Alt, which lets me ignore the grid. So that's super handy. I also hold Shift, which lets me place multiple. So if I don't hold Shift, I just place one. But if I hold Shift, I can place a whole bunch of them. So I generally have my hand on Shift and Alt at the same time, which is what lets me move it around and place a bunch. And then I also am resizing with my bracket keys quite a bit, just for some variety. All right, I'll put you there. I'm going to try and copy the same thing over here, more or less. It doesn't have to be exact. If I wanted it to be exact, I'd have the grid on. I just want it to be matchy enough that, like, I think they hire a landscaper, you know? It's kind of what I'm going for. Oops, that was the wrong direction. Yeah, I think just the white flowers is pretty nice, actually. Perfect, you were confused by the thank you. Yeah, so if somebody follows over on TikTok, the little thank you thing plays. We also have that sound alert on YouTube. I think you have to type in !thanks or !thank you. I don't remember. But yeah, it's on YouTube as well. It just plays automatically on TikTok, and it was completely throwing me off last time. Now, I don't know which world this was in. Initially, I completely forgot to check that. But in Cats and Dogs World, or in New Crest, or Willow Creek, which I'm guessing is where this house was based on the packs. Sorry, I've got the hiccups and we just started. We're just going to stick with the default rock color, and I'm going to throw some of these in here for some texture, and because I can. These I won't do as symmetrical, probably, just roughly the same placement on either side, but a different collection of rocks.
When in doubt,
Go.
boulders.
That feels like a nice bed, right? Maybe? Yes, when in doubt, boulders. That'll be fine. Also, we do have a couple of bird baths here. I think I'm going to replace these with fountains. I feel like fountains would look better there, so I'll work on that soon as well. And then, like, over here, I'm going to pull, whoops, these rocks in. So it's not the exact same, but it is similar enough. I think it'll still work with our symmetry plan here. Then I have a couple over here. Those, and then some more on this side. All right. Whoop, I just changed the color, which is not what I wanted to do. There we go. I know how the commands work. We are all over the place. Goodness gracious. That's all I wanted to do. I'm gonna save real quick before I shoot myself in the foot over here. Yay! Okay, so now I've got some rocks. I'm going to add one more flower, and then we'll look at some filler and or sort of lawn decorations. Oh, that's right, and also I wanted the hostas. You know what, let's go with the hostas first. I love these, they're so fun. I will probably recolor them after the fact. Okay, put a couple hostas in here and over here. Actually, with these, we might just go straight in with filler and skip the additional flowers. How are we looking here? A couple over there. This is actually completely asymmetrical, but I kind of like it. I think it'll work. Alright, so now I need to pick a couple of fountains, which I'll just grab here. Nope, actually. Here, there we go. This one is a little bit large. We do have the frogs. I don't know about the frogs. I was actually thinking just these. That does not look like it placed the same. Yeah, I think that's right. Alright. Recolor. Do I want to color it darker to match the fence? Maybe. I'll think about that. And I do still want my filler plants. Generally, I use the low-lying pale yellow flowers because I love them. I could also go with the daisies, though. No, I think I'll stick with the classics. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? I learned that line from Beauty and the Beast, the Disney movie, because Cogsworth says if it's not Baroque, don't fix it, which of course isn't Baroque, it's Baroque, but I was 6 and didn't know, and I just thought that that was a very clever saying, and then later on I finally realized he was saying Baroque, like the period, which is pretty funny. We'll have to do a video on the Baroque style. That could be fun. There we go. Disney teaching vocabulary. Who knew? No? Come on. This one. There we go. Alright. I am a fan of dense landscaping, which is why I put these in. I know not everybody is. I won't judge you if you decide to not go with stuff like this. Or I will judge you. It'll just be quietly. Okay. Yay! I don't think that looks too bad. Are lots with custom content option considered? So I don't have custom content in my game. The only thing I have right now, well, I guess I have a couple of Create a Sim poses, but besides that, I have Better Build By, and that's it. So I will put a custom content lot in, it's just none of the custom content will stay. So depending on what it is you need help with, that could still be a possibility. Oh, Rory, hi, I completely missed this. Discovered the channel and builds last week. Love the content, great build tips, and that taking over Newcrest save has been very fun so far. Isn't it fun? I am very excited to continue that in the fall. So we're just a few weeks out from school starting, and in September we'll be back to the more regular schedule, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm gonna do some terrain paint, because I always do. Anything that touches the grass gets some paint under it in my book. Have to do this. And then we'll take a step back and see how we feel about it. Oh, I was also thinking about recoloring some of the hostas. I really like the bright, almost blue, but I will reconsider. We also have to finish around the tree, but like the base landscaping I think is looking pretty good. R is the recolor tool, and then you can change the swatches on stuff if you want to. The hostas, just every option is a good option for these guys. No, not the rock. The plant, please. Yeah, that's nice. Ellie, yours is uploaded now. Fantastic. Beata's old enough. Bean is going into kindergarten. Speaking of, while I work on this tree, I'm just going to grab some of these same plants over here and stuff. But while I work on this tree, parents who have children who have been in kindergarten recently, I'm completely new to the school system. I'm freaking out a little bit over here because school starts in a couple of weeks and I still don't have busing information. I don't have, like, where exactly the bus stop is or what time he has to be there. I don't have, like, I feel like that's important. I feel like that should be about ready now, but maybe that's just normally not ready yet. Maybe that normally comes later. I don't know. So if anybody knows that and could calm my nerves, that would be great. Also, I didn't receive like a notification about the back to school supply lists. I just saw basically posts on the internet and I'm like, oh yeah, back to school supplies, that's a thing. So the school never notified me to like go get supplies or anything. And I'm guessing that most of this is just like common sense and everybody just knows the first week of August is when the school supply lists come out or whatever. But I didn't know that because I'm new here. So is there anything else that seems really stupid obvious that I should know? Because that would be great. Have a CC lot up you're willing to replace what disappears? Cool. So, oh, and Ellie has one up as well. If you can send me a message with your gallery ID and lot title in the same message so that I can write it down, that'll be swell because I don't remember gallery IDs. Ellie, I know you've been here before. I still can't remember your ID and I am so sorry. Rose, don't know specifically about kindergarten, but for the general school system, the information will be more towards the second half or late August. Oh, great. When does school start? It's the last week of August, but it's got like, you know, it's kindergarten. So it's like half day, fun day, family day, blah, blah, blah. So the official first day of school, I think, is the first week of September. But the last week of August is like when things are getting going, you know. Mermaid Ellie 98. That's right. Actually, let me write that down just in case I forget because I'm stupid. Mermaid Ellie 98. Booyah. Okay. Oh, that's right, because we did this one last time. We're not moving on to it yet. I just want to make sure that we have it. Going, ooh, this one? Wait, this looks so cool. Is this what we're working on? This looks amazing. Probably all given around that time. Oh, that sucks. My anxiety can't handle that. One thing you look for is punishments in school and what they do for that. Accidentally consenting. Yes, believe it or not, I actually read all of the documentation they send before I sign it, and I speak to them. Look, you guys know who I am. So when I tell you I speak to them aggressively about no photographing my child, no putting him in public publications, no putting him on the school website, like, I'm getting in there. I'm like, you guys, absolutely not. So yeah, I read all of the things. I'll be on the lookout for sneaky things. It's a really good school district. I am so thankful that we ended up where we ended up, even if it was just the weirdest way to get here. But, yeah, I'm like a planner. I like having things planned. I like knowing when stuff is happening. So I'm just freaking out a little bit over here. But I do my best. Oh, also, Ellie, what are we working on that? I'm about done with this one, I think. I'm trying so hard. Me, a planner? I know, it's crazy. BL, do you have your lot title and or gallery ID? If I could write that down, that would be swell. And also Perfect has one. What is your ID? Wiccan something something? For you, that was like 20 years ago, but still may be important to know. I appreciate that. Yes, for sure, for sure. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do for landscaping on this one. Let's jump back over to the hashtag real quick so I can show you where we started. I just grabbed this one here, Oracle Manor, talking about need help figuring out best landscaping. Advice on decorating would also be appreciated. Since we do have live viewers ready in the queue, I am going to move on. But this is where we started. Everything was pretty much laid out for us already. We just had to fill in some of the gaps. I went with mostly symmetrical, but not too modern, because obviously this is a very traditional build. So this is what I'm going to put back on the gallery. We'll add the hashtag Sam helped live, and if you want to check any of these out after the fact, they will all be on my gallery. ID is Sam and Bean, same as what you see on screen except without any spaces or anything. And you can find the original builder there quite easily as well. So there's some landscaping there. Let me go back to the original. Oh wait, this was a while ago. Oh, there we go. Pop down a comment. There we go. Let's head back over to Manage Worlds. Totally should have gotten in this one here at the lower set landscaping and terrain. If you have a build that needs some landscaping and terrain, I will definitely take a look at it. Perfect. Yes. All right. Well, I like writing it down because this also helps me later when I'm adding chapters to remember the order that I did stuff in. It's very helpful. You know how round walls be. There's a part of the ceiling that won't delete on the outside. You don't know how to make it look good. Ooh, okay. Yes, we can take a look at that. Mermaid Mansion here. 50-50. Obviously a beach lot, so let's fly on over to Solani, shall we? I think this is the only 50-50 beach lot, so we'll go over here. Also a cutout in the house to the ocean. You didn't know if there was a way Sims could swim in there. Ooh, I'll look at that. You're in an office overhaul, so your new PC doesn't have your new ones on it yet. Ooh, office overhaul. That sounds exciting and also extremely stressful. So I hope that everything's going well for you. Let's go ahead and furnish this. Furnish this. Place this furnished. I'm looking forward to streaming more than once a month again. I was so stupidly optimistic at the start of summer. I was like, oh yeah, and like maybe we can do some little spontaneous streams. No. Summer has been so busy. This is ridiculous. So round wall nightmare. What to do with the ceiling part that's sticking out in the front? I will take a look at that. Also square cutout in the middle of the house. Don't know if there's a way to get the Sims to swim in there. Okay, I think I know the answer to both of these. So first we have to look at the round ceiling that's sticking out. I'm guessing you mean this part? Invalid round room. Interesting, interesting. Okay, why are we invalid? If I copy and place this on top, and then remove ceiling and remove floors, sometimes this is a workaround. Ooh, no, it won't let me do that either. Interesting. This might break some stuff, but I'm going to try to replace it and see if that makes it work. Oh, are we going to place? It's thinking about it. Okay, and then if we go up, the ceiling's there again. Okay, now it'll remove it. Let's see if this is the issue here. Yes, okay, so for whatever reason, the way that this round area is connecting to this straight edge is causing issues. I don't really know why. But it is, and if you try to remove this, then it's going to invalidate that rounded room. I recognize that that's going to be a bit of a pain with an access point. I don't know if we can put a gate in or not. I'm just going to pick a random gate. It looks like we might be able to put in a gate. Or, ooh, what about... Wait, what packs are you using for this? Quite a few. Are you using Get to Work? You are using Get to Work. Amazing. So what I think I would try and do then in this case is, you know, I'm just going to sort by Get to Work because I am blind. Is grab this fence for window shopping. Grab something that matches your floor color, and I'm going to place that right there. Your Sims can walk right over that, but it'll keep your room valid, and hopefully this will solve this little issue. I hope. I'm going to save it. We might have to try and test it as well, but we shall see. Game's been broken, so the build is very unfinished. Oh, my game has been stressing me out as well. I'm sorry. You do have everything? Okay, cool. Well, still limited packs and everything. But yes, if you're already using Get to Work in that build, I'll just go ahead and grab that fence. Your Sims should be able to walk right on through that. It basically looks like it's a normal room, even if it wants to freak out a little bit. So hopefully that solves that issue. Oh, this is what I was thinking we were going to be running into. This piece here, which usually can get resolved by just putting another round room above it. Oh, this is because you have two different round pieces. So the floor tile for this room is kind of freaking out about being placed over a round wall that is a different size. So unfortunately, as far as I know, the only way to fix this little piece sticking out would be to either hide it by using like a flower box or something, or like the Jungle Adventure vines, stack some of those on there, or you would have to redesign the castle so that this curved wall and this curved wall were the same curved room. So that's how you would have to fix that one. And then if we go downstairs, we have this. Okay, if this is deep ocean water, then we can just grab, what is it, in transportation? So I don't want debug to be showing right now. Thank you. If we're in deep water, I can add one of these. Let me turn off move objects, because that'll actually tell if it's gonna work. Bummer. Okay. If that's not going to work, stairs might. Is the ladder gonna work? Weird. So basically this water isn't deep enough to count as deep water for that island living deep water ladder thing to work. Didn't realize there were two different sizes. You really went crazy with the round rooms. I can tell. I'm excited to see an update on this once your game is working again. But yeah, if you wanted this to work better, then you'd probably just want to copy whatever this shape is down here and move it up there. So anyway, this might work with that deep water ladder thing, if I turn move objects back on, there's a chance. Turn it back on with better build by. There we go. Alright, I'm really curious if this is going to work. I might actually bring a sim over. I don't usually playtest on stream, but I would like to know if this works for my own science and data. So, let's... we're going to have to move a household in, I guess, aren't we? If only we had one of me that we can move in. You know what? Let's move these guys. Okay. I can type. There we go. We're going to move these guys in and see if the stuff we tried actually works. I hope so, because that'd be really cool. But also, who knows? Also, Jess, I saw you come through. BL, I still haven't seen your gallery ID and lot title come through, so if you'd still like to join the queue, it's still open. I just need your ID and lot title so I can actually add you to it. Okay, we're just going to torture me. Can you jog over here, please? Pro tip, if you're going to make a playtesting sim, max out their skills so that you can actually, like, jog places, because it makes moving through stuff so much faster. Ooh, boo. Okay. What happens if I click wait here? We cannot do that. Can we climb down? Oh? No. Oh, we were so close. Can we jump down? Bummer. Alright, so the official consensus is going to be for this ladder that the water's just not deep enough, so that is not going to work, which is a disappointment. However, we can still test our little fence thingy up at the top. Nope, one more. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna have you have you go here. No, that is not what I said. Go here, please. Can we not get there? Fine. Must not be doors there yet. Okay, so we can teleport here. Can we walk over here now? Everybody cross your fingers. It looks like we can. Alright, cool. Well, hey, you know what? At least the fence thing worked. So that's a handy hack. Yeah. What are we doing with our floor plan over here? I think the only way for your sim to actually be able to access this would be to have it connect in some way or shape, or form, pretend those are words, to a deep ocean where you could actually put the ladder. So, like, let me turn move objects off again. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this water is deep enough for the ladder, so that will work. But I don't think your sim can swim under the water, under the house. They might be able to, so you can, like, want to create a channel, and I don't know, I feel like that would really mess with your floor plan. So who knows? Sent a DM. Oh, okay. Let me see. I am streaming, so if you aren't keen on your stuff being shown on stream, I'm not able to accommodate that. Just because this is live and on YouTube and all that jazz. Also, did I? Shoot. I may have made a bit of a mistake, but who knows. Don't know how would the tags keep happening. Oh, that's alright. TikTok's weird sometimes. You don't have doors over yet. Oh yeah, no worries. Anyway, let me try to catch up on stuff here real quick. In summary, for whatever reason this was registering as an invalid rounded room, which was causing issues. We were able to solve that with a fence, which is super duper cool. Over here, the water's not deep enough, which sucks, but not much we can do about that. And then over here, if you just match the curves, then that'll take care of that. No biggie, thought you had to send a DM? Oh no, usually we just do in chat. Okay, good. Thank you. So that's helpful. I'll write that down as well. King Mickey 894 Brook Bungalow. There we go, because then I don't have to worry about trying to get other things sorted out. Okay, so there's that. And then I tag people sometimes on accident as well, just because if you tap somebody's name, it automatically tags them in like chat and whatever, and it's very annoying, so no worries about that. Victoria, so lovely to see you. Thank you so much for that, Rose. Sorry I completely missed it. I was busy. But Ellie, hopefully that helps you out. Would you like me to put this back on the gallery? I didn't really change very much, but I can if you would like. And then we're going to go check out the most recent, I believe, Orange Monstrosity. We'll check out the Brook Bungalow after that as well. And then... oh, no worries. Yeah, I'll pop that on the gallery for you. And then if you guys have a build that you'd like, you can just send a message in chat with your lot title and gallery ID. The Sam Help Live hashtag is really handy, but if you don't use it, no worries. I can find you somewhere. Missed hearing your voice. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for being here. It's not orange. I don't believe you. You fooled me before. I'm gonna go back to Managed Worlds. Sure, they can live in a doorless mermaid palace for a little bit. That's fine. Okay. Yay. So we did that. I didn't write down the first one we did, so that's gonna mess with me later. But that's fine. A totally innocent roof. Oh, is this the one you warned me about in Discord? I don't think this is going to be that difficult. This is a 4030. I think it's in Newcrest, so we're going to fly back over there. Don't you just love the fabulous travel that we have over here? Did I say 4030? Forgive me. I got 5 hours of sleep, and therefore the sentences are not happening at all. Oh well, happy to be here. Callie, hello! I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. I'm so glad you could join the stream today. There's a single bowl of fruit on this lot. What was I doing? I don't know. There's just a single bowl of fruit sitting here. Okay. Julia, hopefully I will. The kid's been having nightmares, so he was just up pretty late. It was kind of rough, but I think he's doing better today. We had a pretty good day today. Okay, so honestly, the number one thing right now that's stressing me out is this right here, but we'll figure it out. So I think, as usual, I'm going to start with a hip roof piece, just covering the largest possible portion, just to figure out what weird shapes we actually have to deal with. Because if you can block out a square or a rectangle, all of a sudden the rest of the weird, awkward shapes don't feel as weird and awkward. Like right here, I can copy and place this piece right here. And there, that's that taken care of. This one over here is going to be a little bit trickier. Let's see, I'll put you here. And here. Yeah, that's a little funky, but we'll sort it out. It'll be fine. Yeah, so there. Look, we've already got like half of it done. It's great. Usually tired from work on Mondays. That's fair. Yes, I'm looking forward to hopefully doing more streams and seeing more of all you guys in the fall. All right. This is not quite a perfect match, but it's pretty close. And if we add eaves, then it's going to be totally fine. I'll do my classic little connector trick.
Thank you very much.
Taylor, thank you so much for the follow. Also, my real name is Taylor, so it throws me off whenever I see that, but it's fine. So Octagon Hack, I'm going to grab a gable and match the pitch of my main roof here, and then that will help me match the pitch of the octagon. And I think for this one, I'm going to pull it out one and tuck the eaves in. There we go. So that's a nice seamless little thing happening there. There we go. Also, Kev the Builder. Love Kev the Builder. Fabulous. However, he read my bio on Twitch, which I don't stream on, so don't look that up. And realized that my real name is Taylor, and he called me Taylor, but I'm not used to being called Taylor. I'm used to being called Sam. Sam is my name. As far as the internet is concerned, I legit didn't know he was talking to me for weeks because I didn't realize he was using my real name. But he's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, he usually streams at the same time I do because we're in the same time zone. Okay, so for this one, I'm grabbing a diagonal half gable, and I'm just... Oh, I think I'm probably gonna have to leave it here. Yeah, just to round that out over there. Purely because I said orange house roof was too simple. Oh yeah, no, you're good. Appreciate it. We're gonna copy this octagon back here as well. Ooh, this one. Yep, that's what I thought. This one's gonna be the tricky one. Alright, if we're going to do eaves, then I can get away with just doing that. That's actually not too bad. What happens if I pull the eaves out on the rest of them? Let's see. For the most part, the pitch on everything should match. We'll see about this little diagonal bit here. It's going to be the problem child of anything. Eaves on this one, I did. Okay. There's a base roof. I know we're still missing a piece, but I want to check this. This actually isn't too bad. I'm going to hold Alt so that I can adjust this a little bit more exactly. And, ooh, what can I get away with here? Not much. Let me hold Shift to extend just this one eave. And if I can just tuck it in there. That might be as close as I'm going to get with that one. Shift C for some curves. Oh, you know what? That little bit of curving cheated it just a smidge. I think that'll be alright. Cool. Well, that's nice. And then we just have to copy this octagon one more time to roof this little spot. Over here. There you go. Oh, I lied. I am so sorry. This is embarrassing. I still need one of these pieces over here. And here to take care of those valleys. You know how I feel about the valleys. If water damage is going to happen, I am not interested. Okay. There we go. So that's like a super basic roof. If we wanted to, we could go through and spice it up a little bit now. For example, you have just such a lovely arch of a window here. It'd be really nice to accentuate that with a gable up here. So I'm going to grab one of these and bring it over. There we go. So that should help frame that window pretty well. Back here, I don't think switching either of these roof pieces is actually going to be beneficial back here, so I'm just going to leave those alone. But yeah, I think this will be all right. I'll change out the shingle from the default. If your roof looks weird, at the very least, please don't use the default shingle. Switch it out for something. It'll look better, I promise. Same with the roof trim, which I'll do white to match your windows. And I think that's everything. Alright, so there's our roof. Here's what the shape of the build is. And here is the roof we came up with. Hopefully that was satisfactory. Victoria came here for the monstrosity, but you got to get back to online classes. Well, thank you for checking in with us. Thank you so much for the roses. I hope that your online class goes well, and hopefully we get to see you in streams more coming up as well. Perfect. How do you feel about this? What do you think? Does it pass? roseskyplays. Sky, Kara, thank you so much for the follow. Let me write that down. Rose Sky Plays. Island Family Home. Roofing decks. Roofing deck. Floor plan. We'll see what we've got. And what else? Trying to make it islandy and you're frustrated with windows. Okay, we'll definitely take a look at that. And Catmom Designs as well. You have the underscores. I'll keep those in. Catmom Designs. Draft Field Station. Ooh, a draft. It's nice, thank you. You're welcome. Hopefully it works for you. So I will put this one back on the gallery for you to do with what you like. I appreciate the roofing challenge. You know I do love those. Whoops. We do not need to capitalize those letters.
Thank you very much.
Here we go. Z, thank you so much for the follow. Amazing at roofing. I love roofing so much. I basically launched my real in quotes, YouTube career off of roofing because I was like, I hate it when people don't know how to roof their builds. I can fix this. And so I did a whole month of roofing videos, which is crazy. I hit 100 subscribers. Actually, oh no, I'm off. I hit my 100 subscriber anniversary was like 2 weeks ago. We were busy. I missed it. So that would have been 2 years since I hit 100 subscribers, which is crazy. Monetization tips. Don't care. I don't need your money. This auto roofing from The Sims 3, right? It's, I hate auto roofing, but I understand from a player standpoint how that would be helpful. Alright, so I got that. I got this. Precious uploaded yours toward the end of stream last month under the hashtag. I will write your gallery ID down. MACVSP. Oh, that looks like a U. That wasn't going to be helpful. Cool. It's on the hashtag.
Thank you very much.
I'll work on that. TikTok is being weird with the chat, so if I miss anything over there, I'm sorry. It keeps like scrolling up, even though my mouse isn't even over there. So, don't know what's going on with that. Mermaid Ellie, we did that one. Wiccan Baby, we did that one. Next up is King Mickey 94, who I do not see here, so we will search by gallery ID. King Mickey 94. And custom content. There we go. Oh, duh. You said it was custom content, and then I was dumb, as per the usual. So, Brook Bungalow. Needing help with the roof overall and the ceiling floor floating? Jeez. Need help with the roof overall and the ceiling floor floating above the patio space in the backyard. Ooh, okay. We will definitely take a look at that. Am I on a 40/30 right now? I think I am. Oh, that's not what the button I wanted to click, though. I was just going to go back in the gallery. We... I'm not dumb. I don't know, Julia. I have a lot of data to the contrary, but I appreciate the vote of confidence. I do my best. Lovestruck has a tiny sculpted hippo. I know! I love that tiny sculpted hippo. I'm very excited about it. The funny thing is my grandma has one that's almost the exact same shape. And so, like, I saw it and I immediately thought of her. And I was like, this is a weird pack to be thinking of your grandmother. I hit the wrong button. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read the thing again. Roofing, floating, patio, something, something. So let's go. Let's tackle the floating ceiling first. What is it with the game and floating ceilings today? Oh, it's the ceilings from the fences. Nothing to delete. Remove ceiling. Okay, so it looks like we're just gonna have to go through and remove the ceiling tile by tile. So that's super cool. So how's your summer, guys? How you doing? Any fun plans to finish up August with? Or are you just kind of sick of the heat and ready to get back into the normal fall schedule? That's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, for whatever reason, the ceiling is just behaving weirdly, but we can still remove it, so that's good. We don't have to do weird workarounds like last time. You got fired? No! I am so sorry to hear that. Oh my gosh. I hope you're able to find better employment quickly. That's... I am so sorry. Chickens and you are sick of the heat? I am so sick of the heat. I'm with your chickens. Monica, hello, welcome in. There are wild hippos in Colombia? Huh. I will probably never go there, but that's good to know. I do not wish to be eaten.
Thank you very much.
That would be rough. They said they aren't firing you, they just don't need you. Ouch! That's... You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that's worse. I am so sorry. Ellie, your birthday's the 23rd. Happy early birthday. I probably won't see you again before then. So I'm gonna be busy, but that is exciting. Oh, the camera just dropped. Oh gosh, I was so scared. I thought we ruined something. So happy early birthday to Ellie. Managed to maintain a 4.0. Rose, that is amazing. Oh my gosh. Applause for Rose. Hype for Rose for a 4.0. That is... Dude. I am so proud of you. That is amazing. Show the world Tiny Hippo. We'll see if we can do that. Let's... Is it just called Hippo? If it's called Hippo, then hello? I kind of wanted to click this button, but whatever. Okay, here's Caesar the sculpted hippo. I will raise it up and enlarge it so we can all enjoy the hippo. There you go. There's a little sculpted hippo. Isn't that great? The Maxine series? Dude, that was so fun. I was so excited to do that. Big family vacation starting Saturday with your extended family? Okay, even if you love your family, an extended vacation is rough, so hopefully you enjoy your time and you're able to relax and just roll with the punches. Confessions of a Chatterbox, that's such a fun name. Can't stay long, new to the channel, hello, welcome. Been using the landscaping text to improve your skills. I'm glad that was helpful, thank you so much for swinging by. Kareem, hello, welcome in. The stickers you want to arrive this week and they're super cute. I'm so glad you enjoyed those. You do get to see your niece again? Aw, that's sweet. Almost 2 months. It happened a week after you signed a car loan. Oh, dang. Just so many punches to the gut. That's awful. Oh, Callie, you lost 2 of the chickens to the heat? I am so sorry. Oh, that is so tragic. I'm so sorry. I hope that you get a break from the heat soon. That's awful. I need to update your Sims. There was, what, 4 updates? Oh my, I don't even know. There were too many. I swear every time I went to open my game, I had to update again for a solid week. I was very confused. We are taking a look at the roofing on this one as well. So, I might offer some other unasked for advice, but it's my show, I can do what I want. Anyway, I think that the main issue here is just the roof overall is too shallow. We're going to want to bring it up. Overall, we're going to keep mostly the same shape, but we're going to, or like the same pieces, we're just going to pitch them up a bit. Now, it doesn't look like you want these spaces in particular to be usable, so I am going to ignore that. But I think if we just bring all of these up a bit, that will help a lot. Thinking about it. There we go. Okay, so I think that that'll be more proportionate to the rest of the house. Speaking of proportionate to the rest of the house, you do have some floor trim going on here. I will try and leave the floor... Oh, I guess I'll have to replace the floor trim over the garage because that is a good move. But if you're not actually having 2 separate siding types, adding a floor trim between your levels is mostly just going to break up the build and make it appear shorter than it actually is, and that may have also been what was making your roof look slightly disproportionate. So I think if we get rid of that, that could help, and I can also do some work here in the front if we want to. Let me go down and fix this real quick. So I have move objects on, so I'm just going to draw a room right there so that our floor trim only goes exactly where we want it to be. Hold shift to just place it on the one wall, and then I can hold control with my wall tool to get rid of those walls without actually deleting anything. And there's your nice base game garage door. I love that hack so much. Yeah, and then I wouldn't have the floor trim on the other ones, between the other levels. Had to delete your save because of a bug and the land grab mention got erased. No! Oh, that's so sad. You've worked so hard on that. I'm sorry. Brain is automatically imagining it's my show. I can do what I want to the tune. It's my party, and if I cry if I want to. I'll work on that. I'll get some auto-tuned and make that for you. Why are there so many updates? So there was the pre-update update because the update was so big, and then they broke too much stuff, so they had to have an emergency update, and that broke more stuff, and incest came back. So then they had to fix that. So there were just a lot of emergencies. It was not a good time. Jet, hello. So glad you could join us for the live today. Happy to have you. We're doing Build Help Live. So if you have a build that needs some help, this is the stream to do it in. We are currently working on King Mickey's build, and then we have roseskyplays, Catmom Design, and macvsp coming up. But I still have room in the queue if you're interested in joining. You do what you can to keep them cool. Yeah, oh gosh, that's rough. I'm so sorry. Love it, yay. Guess it was the trim throwing you off? Yeah, so that could be a thing. I don't want to lay into you too hard, so I will restrain myself. I am looking at this middle part here, though, and I am wondering if we maybe want to consider bringing this out a little bit. I'm just going to experiment here real quick. Because if I bring this out, I can bring this roof piece back. I'm going to hold shift to move eaves. That is the hack here. Shift to move that one. Copy, rotate, place over here. Copy one more time. Hopefully it'll place in the right spot. And then I'm just going to hold shift to remove this front eave. So I don't know if it's the exact right move for this particular build, but it might be worth exploring bringing that up a little bit. Oh, and also F5 for quarter tile placement for the windows. That'll be helpful. So that's an idea. I wouldn't stick with this exactly, but possibly adjusting some of your floor plan so that you had at least part of your build going up all 3 stories might help break up the roof a little bit, which would be nice. So yeah, I don't think I'd stick with that exactly. I think I'm actually going to undo that. But just like as an idea in the future to potentially not have so many of those horizontal lines, because right now you do have the dormers, which is great. It is breaking up the roof. It definitely helps to have the dormers, but you still have just this such a heavy line here, and it's sort of squishing your build a little bit, I think. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with there. Realizing you put a wall through a window by accident, that happens. The incest, and the children being able to be involved in romance. That's what came back, Kareem. That's why there were so many updates, because the team was like, gosh dang it, and fixed it, as they should. Yeah, and you heard that was a problem, you didn't touch your game. Yeah, we're not bothering with that. Have to remember the roofing trick. I do have a video on YouTube, and it's a playlist on TikTok of all of the, like, hotkeys and tips and stuff in the game, so I do recommend checking that out, and maybe bookmarking the roofing portion, because that was a lot of fun to put together. And also, sometimes I forget my own keys. Nikki's, thank you so much for the follow. The garage is throwing me off because it's really close to being symmetrical. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with the garage too much, but I could see where maybe bringing it in a tile could be nice, but that obviously depends on the end builder. Which, thanks. I'm gonna try and catch up over here as well. Day looks so much better. Thank you so much. Can only do PC builds. I can do builds on any platform. It's just I don't have custom content. So if your build has custom content in it, it will disappear when I put it back on the gallery. But since we mostly do build mode stuff like walls, windows, roofs, usually the custom content doesn't matter that much. So I will put this back on the gallery just for you to look at if you'd like. Let me see if I can type, because I don't think I can. There we go. Yay! How exciting. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it for a long time. Let's save the game, shall we? Let's do a little save. Oh, Coley, thank you so much for the follow as well. Okay, so good news is we were able to figure out the ceiling thing fairly easily, so that's great. I think your roof just needs to be pitched up, and the trim between the stories was throwing us off a little bit. This is a fairly craftsman style. I don't remember how familiar you are with my videos, but watching a couple of the craftsman videos might give you some ideas for how to finish this one up. Not to promote my own content too much, I feel yucky when I do that, but also I genuinely want to help people build better, so it's tricky. Do I still have the land grabs saved? Probably. If you can message me on Discord so that I can remember that after the stream, because there's no way I'm going to remember right now. I should still have it somewhere in my library, and I'll see what the most recent version is that I have. Okie dokie, cool. Yes, I have... Gosh, how many craftsman videos do I have on YouTube now? I don't even know. because I know I have the Craftsman Bungalow, I have the Prairie Craftsman, which honestly isn't as good of a video, but I did my best with the knowledge I had at the time. I also have the Growing Together Starter, which is a Craftsman video. That might be helpful too. But yeah, there we go. We did stuff. Isn't that fun? Oh yeah, no, absolutely, Kareem. I'll do my best. That was a lovely build. I was really enjoying watching it come together, and I'm so sorry that you lost it. I will have to go refill my Dr. Pepper. I think I should be able to do Rose next, and then I'll take a break. Okay, full disclosure, TikTok and YouTube both continue to give me pop-ups with stuff like this. Try engaging more with your viewers and encouraging them to send gifts and show their support for your live content. Please, like, if you want to, obviously that's lovely. I'm part of the ad revenue stuff on both of the platforms. And if TikTok's trying to tell you to send gifts, just ignore TikTok, okay? Just ignore it. We don't need it. I'm fine. I appreciate you all just being here and hanging out. That is more than enough reward. roseskyplays is next on Kinship Lot. You're telling me that like it's gonna help. Unfortunately, this save is so old. Nobody has the right lot names anymore. But I'll see if I can grab some context clues. Island family home. Oh yes, we're gonna take a look at the windows. 3030 on the water by some rocks. Oh wait, I think I know which one this one is. I think it's this one. Goodbye. Because I built a shipwreck there once and I had a lot of time. Toward the back of the neighborhood on the map. Well, hopefully this is the right one. Leah, hello. Welcome in.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if the rest of you guys had Pedro on your TikTok feeds, but I absolutely loved that. So we brought him over to stream. Leah, thank you so much for the follow. I love that command. Isn't that fun? Okay, so this is delightful. I can see that you have quite a few things over here. And I wrote a few things down, but it looks like you wrote down stuff here too. So, oh, Kitty, thank you so much for the follow as well. Seeking help for roofing, balcony, deck placement, general critique, advice on floor plan. What we have as time allows. Well, we'll see what we can do. Hello, tree. Okay, so I know you said the windows weren't feeling too islandy, but honestly, I think the windows are fine. I really like these windows. I think it's just you don't have anything else happening yet is most of the issue. I'm not going to touch this because it looks like you're pretty organized right now, so I'm going to try to not ruin your life. And let's just see. So obviously we're going to need some sort of dock or something connecting our house to the sand. So we'll want that. Some sort of roof here. I think I would go with a roof over the front here for like sun protection and stuff. So let's put that down. I'm gonna hold shift on the side to remove this eave here. Yeah, I think I'd go with that over there. But then you also want some balconies. Oh, we already have one off the back here. Lovely. Let me grab this. See if we can do a nice big one. Now this lot, we might be able to move objects off. This one we might be able to put the ladder in over here. No. How sad. Okay, well, never mind then. Turn that back on. That's weird though. That should be... I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. More of the placement of them is driving you crazy. Oh, okay. I can look into that. The wall color might change options. I think the wall color will help quite a bit. Okay. This random idea. Let's see. I often do planter boxes. I really like doing planter boxes with platforms. You all know this. But I wonder if we want to do not planter boxes and maybe like separate this into a few different areas like so. This one I'm going to make a little bit shorter because this side of the build is shorter, almost like it's a reflection of the build in the water. It's kind of what I'm thinking. And yeah, I think we need to do something other than drywall. So let me just grab, where is it? I'm just going to grab some of the island living stuff just to throw down real quick. Actually, let me match our windows since we already have some colors happening. Okay. I think this is going to be super duper cute. So now the build has some color to it. I think that will help. I like this balcony, and since I have this whole area set up now, I'm going to extend it a little bit and grab some columns. These are just placeholder columns. Okay. That'll work. That'll work. Over here, this little spot, I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this yet. It looks like this is slated to be a kitchen and dining. They should have had bridges, but that's too much to ask of EA. Also done tiered decking before. Oh, yeah, with like the different, like with platforms and stuff. That could be cool. Trying to think. Kitchen and dining in here looks like what you're going for. We'll ignore that temporarily. What do I want to do over here? Because I don't want it to mess with the fence. So if I do this and hold shift to pull this eave in, that should be fine. Oh, you're doing fancy stuff over here. Alright. Fancy stuff is good. Fancy stuff is encouraged. Fancy stuff is causing a wee bit of a problem, but it's fine. Think about this for a second. We can do custom bridges with platforms. Yes, I really like doing bridges. I actually have a bridge tutorial coming up soon-ish. I mean, I already have so many, but I made another one just because I love them so much. Okay, so if I pitch this down and back up once, there we go. I'm going to hold shift to remove this eave and this eave. And basically that's just going to live right there. And if I grab another one, I should be able to pull this out about halfway. How many tiles is this? Yes. Okay. Copy, rotate, place. So that'll be like a false gable, but it will keep it from clipping in, which is great. And I did actually think about placing a gable facing this direction. So let's see if that's going to work or not. Doesn't look like it's clipping in, so that's good. Okay, so there's some like, it's kind of a flatter roof, but the shape is feeling more contemporary, so I think I'm okay with that, but who knows. And Tulani, you like putting the house on a high foundation, then having separate tower deck that's connected by stairs to the upper decking. That sounds exciting. Which again, oh jeez. Careful where you're pointing those fingers, Kareem. I'm going to experiment with continuing with this low pitch roof, and we'll see if I actually end up sticking with it. Unless you just really, really hate it, in which case we don't have to do that. But it might just be a good starting point. Because even if we don't like it this low, like, yeah, that is a little bit too low, should be able to pitch it up wherever I want to. And even back here, it should still work. So that's a shape option. Love when I work my magic. Spooky. Chatterbox heading off to bed. Enjoy the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope that you sleep well. In the thought process, I mean, I have to talk about something. Now, I've always been one to think out loud. It's just, gosh, it's so funny. I'm just like, I want to do roofing. Nobody cares about roofing, but I care, so I'm gonna make some videos about it. I'm gonna build historically accurate homes. Nobody cares, but I'm gonna make some videos about it. And look where we are! Crazy. Absolutely nonsensical. Phoebe says hi. Hello, Phoebe. Lovely to hear from you. Okay, so this is where I'm starting with the roof shape on this one. If you wanted to go more traditional, I think it'd be fairly easy to modify this a bit. Like to pitch this up and bring the eaves in and grab a hipped roof piece, possibly, to place under it. Oh, actually, maybe we'd leave the eaves. Goodness. And then this would be like more of a thatched thing or with the metal, so that could be a shape, but you just replicate whatever shape you wanted with where these roof pieces are, or if you wanted to do something with a curved roof, I'm going to Shift-C this and just pull up the middle one. There we go. Again, just by changing the roof pieces that are already there. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to leave your base roof, and then you can adjust the exact style if you like by adjusting the pitch or the materials or the curve. And we want it to look... Whoop. Oh, I wish we could eyedropper the trim, but it doesn't seem to work usually. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the base roof there for you to fiddle with further, if you would like. And I still kind of like this idea for the deck back here, although looking at the windows here, I still like the windows. I was going to change the color, but then I remembered you started with the color of the windows. I wonder if there needs to be more contrast. You know what? Make it blue. I am applying it to the walls of a room. Thank you very much. Just to check the contrast level and see if that's going to help with our window decision. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so it needed some contrast. These windows, let me see what else we have. Island Living, and these are Jungle Adventure. There we go. Yay. I'm just thinking about maybe adding smaller windows or even same windows but shuttered. Wait, do those not? That looks like it doesn't have class, which I guess it doesn't matter. These are open anyway, but who knows? Like the movie Hangout stuffed doors, but you're not sure they really fit. They definitely aren't the same general... shoot, I'm gonna use the word vibe again. The same vibe as the rest of what you've gone on. So this is very square. The overall build is also fairly square. I would maybe consider keeping this door if you decided to go for a more traditional curved roof, but overall the shape of the build is feeling much more contemporary. And these windows, I know that they're traditional, like they're carved and they have the turned spindle work there and the wooden shutters and everything. And this obviously matches color-wise, but I agree, I'm not sure if it matches style-wise. Don't know what I'd want to do instead, though. I mean, there's, of course, the Island Living door. You know, like that's much more rectangular and it fits with more of what you have going on right now. That's not what I wanted to click. I wanted to click this one. Save again. Mav, hello, welcome in. Yes, you can definitely join the queue. You think the door is off? Yeah. I think the rectangular one looks better, but it might just depend on how you end up finishing up the lot and how much of this you end up keeping as well. But Mav, I will need your gallery ID and lot title and what we're looking at. Classic, hello, welcome in, love your page, thank you. Would really enjoy seeing more original builds and build challenges. Yes, so I really enjoy doing like shell challenges and stuff, and I'll often do streams where we do like spin the wheel for this, or I have an idea for a build. However, over the summer, because of, you know, the child being out of school and everything, I've basically been streaming once a month and uploading 2 or 3 videos. So those should be back in the fall. It's just with summer, you know, summer be summer. Indy, hello. So glad you could make it. Happy to have you. Mav, ellyamelia. Lovely to have you back. 2-story family home. And roofing. All right. So, makes me sad because I really do like the doors, but I also do think that with everything else we've got going on here, I think the boxier doors might be the better style fit. Or, you know what? Since we're at the back of the build, let's consider if there's a different window that could work with this door. Does Movie Hangout stuff have windows? I feel like it probably doesn't. Nope. Okie dokie. Are you using other packs for this? Discovery University has some good windows, though. I wonder if we're able to bring in slightly more traditional looking windows, if that would help the more traditional, I'm going with like continental American traditional because that's where I'm from. That's what my traditional is. I wonder if that would help. I don't want to do the stone ones. I want to stick with the wooden ones. I do kind of like this. And of course, the color's not exactly going to match, but that's just how life goes, I guess. But I wonder if those windows would make more sense with that door. Just an idea. Oh, you have all the packs. Well, in that case. Hey, look, Lovestruck. I do kind of want to do a build with that new pack, but again, summer, it's just been so busy, so who knows. Strangerville has some really nice windows. These aren't exactly, like, islandy, though, so I don't think I'd go with those. Snowy Escape. Just very nice classic windows. Those could go in pretty much any world. Windows that would go with that door. Obviously there's the base game as well, but oh, does this have a matching? Oh, this does match. Okay, cool. So that could be a set then. What is this? Oh, that's very interesting. Alright. Huh, cool. Not for us today, but interesting. Yeah, and I feel like if you go too far into these windows, then it's just going to look like a land build and not like a sea build. We do want to keep it looking kind of beachy. Alright, so I think I'm gonna do my final suggestions for this one here, and then I'm gonna take a quick break to use the bathroom and stuff. So we started with a roofless build, and we were struggling with windows and doors. I think if you're going to stick with these windows, I do think that these doors go better with the overall shape. And these slightly... It's boxier. I think it works well with the build that you have going on. So I think I would go with that, or if you're really connected to your doors, I would consider going with more glass paned and try to match more of the shape happening
Thank you
here.
very much.
So, like overall, the rectangle is quite proportionate here. It's pretty much the same ratio, so that will help. Plus having the actual glass panes. So I think that's what I would recommend there. I like this patio here. I think I would personally stick with a roof over the front. I would maybe consider adding a small outdoor dining area here or big glass windows, one or the other. And, oh, the roof. I'm going to leave this as like a base roof with the gables, but then you could consider going more islandy, either with stacking the gable and the hipped roof piece or by curving it, depending on if you decide to go more traditional or if you decide to keep it a little bit more like a quote-unquote recent construction. So I'm going to put this back on the gallery, and then I'm going to take a break, which will be great. Be back in like 5 minutes or so. Coming up next, put this on here. We just finished Rose. Hopefully some of that was helpful. If not, you know where to find me. So when we come back from break, we'll be looking at Cat Mom designs. We also have macvsp and ellyamelia. Coming up after that, if you did not hear your name and you were supposed to be on the queue, please send a message during the break and I'll take a quick look when I get back just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Callie, thank you so much. Yay, we did things. All right, please enjoy this break screen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hello. I had to restart my game, but we're back. Hopefully we're going to be working as well. So this is Draft Field Station by Cat Mom Designs, and this is a Sid Max Summer Shell Challenge, so we can't adjust any of the walls. Good to know. Could use help with the freezes and roofing by extension. I want the freezes to line up with the edges of the roof, but you're not sure how to do that. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do. So, the freeze goes on a wall, then floor trim goes on the floor, which I'm thinking you already knew. So this is a freeze, and is this a floor trim as well? No, this is also a freeze. Alrighty. And if you're looking for it to line up with the edge of the roof, then unfortunately your option is just going to be, oh, I see. Alright, well, I'll demonstrate over here then. If you want the freeze to line up with the edge of the roof, you will just have to pull it in like so. Now this does look a little bit funny, but I'll show you one of the tricks that I like to do. So I'm going to just move this roof over. You already have, oh, nope, wrong button. There we go. We have a ceiling here, but we need a platform. So I'm going to just draw a platform right here. And I'm going to grab a platform trim that is going to match this as best I can. Wish me luck. Yeah, this isn't looking too good. I think I'll go with this one. Alright, and then I can move my roof piece back into position. Now the roof doesn't care about... Hello? I was going to say the roof doesn't care about the platform, and that decided to prove me wrong immediately. The roof doesn't care about the platform per se, so it won't sit on top of it. It will actually sit inside the platform, and we can adjust the platform trim a little bit more aggressively here if we want to as well. The colors don't quite match. This illusion is much stronger when the colors do actually match. Like, let me just make everything white real quick to try and prove a point. I said try. There we go. So I don't know if that's quite the look you were going for, but this is the first thing I thought of when you said to match up the edges of the roof with the freeze. Brittany, hello. Hello? Yeah. Yep. Gosh, I question the game so much. Med check, thank you. I already took mine. Booyah. Mainly the awkwardly shaped rooms you wanted to be lined up, like the diagonal walls at the back of the house. Oh, okay. Diagonal walls back here. So, are you wanting the roof to line up with the edge of the walls, then? This, I should be able to just do one of my little octagon hacks over here. So I'm going to take 2 diagonal half-hipped roof pieces and have the hipped portion facing out, maybe? Ooh, this one's gonna be tricky. How many pieces are we gonna have to stack over here for this one to work? Yeah, that's not gonna work. So we don't have a roof that's a triangle, which would be lovely, but no. Well, I'm just going to continue on as I was going then, and then we can quibble about the details later. So if I take these 2 diagonal half-hipped roof pieces, I can then take a straight-on half-gable roof piece. Trying to rotate it, but it's not sure it wants to. Tuck these eaves in, bring this back to just be 2 tiles. If I hold shift, I'll move this eave in as well, and I should be able to line that up. Now, one of the issues with these is that you either have to pull all of the eaves all the way in, like so, or if you pull these eaves out one, you do have to extend these eaves twice for everything to line up. But that is a roof shape option. Let me see if this will work any better if I rotate it. Not really. Alrighty. So then we're also going to have this little piece here, but let's see. Maybe we'll just make this whole thing line up. Pull that in. It's pretty close. What am I missing? Anyway, is that what you're looking for? Like the, tried adding a foundation so it lined up with the roof footprint. But that looked awkward. Oh. Yeah. So this is probably how I would try to start getting that shape. What do we have going on here? Oops, that was the wrong piece. I was like, that doesn't look right. Alright, let me pull this back over. Oh, this is just... That's just gonna be a pain in the butt. Alright. Pull that back in then. Sims, roofing, put us on the roof team. I enjoy the roof. Octagon hack just changed your whole life. Isn't it great? I love it. The main issue with using that particular hack here is that you are going to have some roof sort of coming over into your deck area. However, you could hide this a little bit by potentially putting a little half wall right here. I would really like to click this room. You know what? Fine. I'm just trying to add a little platform in there. But apparently we're gonna have to be super sneaky about that. Oh, now the floor's gone? Jeez. Okay, look. How much of a challenge is this going to be? All I wanted to do was make a little planter box to show you how you could potentially hide some of the roof, and all I've managed to do is completely destroy your home. Okay, so I want to put this wall over. The roof will go right through the half wall. That's fine. This is literally all I want to do. I want to bring this up. That will work. I wanted to go grab a little half wall trim. I like using this one with the vertical boards. It makes a nice little planter. And then we can go grab a nice little floor. The nice little miscellaneous. We'll grab the dirt. And then we can grab whatever plants we want. And this is Jungle Adventure, so we have like so many different plants that we can use. Probably not that one because it's clipping inside. But my point is, you could easily hide that roof with a planter box, which would look pretty cute. And I might even add more planter boxes around. I think that would look adorable. It would really tie the house into the, like, surrounding nature. So that's really the main issue with that octagon piece over there. There is also this situation. However, the best way to fix that would be either to extend this, which we can't do because it's a shell challenge, or to push this in one tile, which we also can't do because it's a shell challenge. So at that point, I would probably just pretend that this doesn't exist. So I feel like that's what I'd go with. I love that floor tile. That is, I think, Jungle Adventure. Yes, Jungle Adventure has some of the best build items. Like, it is not just a jungle pack. It has so many amazing things. It's fabulous. Also some freeze clipping in the downstairs bathroom. I'll look at that as well. Does look better at the back. Okay, cool. So if this is the particular area you were struggling with, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend my octagon hack for over there. And you could just ignore the mess that I made up there. We'll take a look in here. Oh, this little bit right here? Why are you doing that? Alright, well, if I remove that, then obviously that's going to work. Does Jungle Adventure have a spandrel? Oh, you have some platform stuff happening over here, I think. Do you? That was the wrong button. I don't see platforms happening, but it's acting as if these rooms are on different levels with the spandrel. Weird. I'll look at that a little bit more closely in a second, but I saw a bunch of chats come through, so I want to make sure I have them all. Jungle Adventure floor tile. And then working on a build right now with an indoor balcony upstairs over the living room. How do you keep the roof from showing up inside after you do that? Great question. So if you're actually wanting to put that on the gallery, I can take a look at it. But basically, you're going to have to piecemeal the roof around and use the shift control to adjust which eaves are showing in. This house doesn't have a good way for me to show you that, so I'm going to resume my little freeze issue over here. But yeah, I can explain that if you want to put it on the gallery so that I can take a look at it, or just after we get through the queue, I can take a look at that as well. Sydney, the colors are so fun in this, aren't they? They're delightful. So, our issue here is, I think I don't understand really what the issue is. Because in theory, the freeze should only show on the outside. Like if I try to put this right here, you can see it's only showing on the outside. If you hold shift, it'll only place on one wall. So in theory, I should be able to hold shift here so that only places on this wall. However, it does not want to do that. It wants to clip in. And then I was thinking maybe we could just use a spandrel instead, but when I place a spandrel, it's doing funky business things. And usually it just does that when there are platforms involved. But I don't see any platforms around that would be messing with that, because it looks like this is all on the same level, unless this is this a platform? No, that's a foundation. So that is very strange. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. Is the diagonal wall the issue? Well, the diagonal wall wouldn't be causing this. I only see this when it's trying to connect across separate platforms. So that's what's being weird to me right now. I'll remove that. And if I place it... Yeah, if I place it with Alt to just place one section at a time, it does it still as well. How bizarre. Oh, and see, now it's doing it over here too. Unless it's interacting weird with the freeze as a whole. Let me try placing freeze on this wall, and this wall, which I know isn't where you wanted it initially. I'm just testing the spandrel right now. Nope, that makes it even worse. Okay, so it's not a platform it's interfering with. It's interfering with the freeze. Is the freeze causing the freeze to freak out? Freaking freeze? Who knows? Is the house lowered into the ground? Nope. This is just a one-step up foundation. And some weird issues. Also, we can't change any of the walls because it's a shell challenge, so does redrawing the room help? Ooh, that's a good idea. I know we can't actually change any of the walls, but if I remove this wall... There we go. So now the room has been redrawn. Let's repaint. Let's grab the freeze. Nope, doesn't help with the freeze. And I'm pretty sure the spandrel at... Oh, but it may have fixed the spandrel issue. Depending on what packs you're using, I know you want the freeze there. I respect that. I appreciate that. And it doesn't want to be there. So possibly finding a spandrel that...
Thank you very much.
Obviously there's not an exact match for a spandrel, but a spandrel that complements the shape. Like this one actually from Growing Together might work okay. Or the Seasons one. That might be the best move there. Let me... Oh, it's gonna be weird still. Alright, go away, spandrel. Yeah, because if I put it on any of these walls, it doesn't clip in. So there's just something weird about that one. You had that spandrel issues with freezes recently. Very interesting. Maybe extending the foundation outside the door. That's not part of the shell. Maybe. It is possible that it is just the diagonal corner. Oh, yeah. So the diagonal corner is messing with it as well. What if we place it and then put it back? Nope. Okay, so... Yep, it is the diagonal wall, which we can't do anything about. If we pull that out, then I will show you my handy-dandy little roofing hack for this, which is just grab a half gable and pitch it down until it looks like it's blending into the roof piece. But obviously it's not actually the same roof piece, but it looks like it could be, and that's all you need. So I don't know if that helped or not, but we gave it a good old college try. I'll refresh this one real quick. So this is my octagon hack. It is 2 diagonal half-hipped roof pieces and 1 normal half-gable roof piece. And then those are all put together to create sort of a fake octagon. which can just be helpful in awkward shape situations like this one. That works? Yay. Sometimes I feel like I'm not actually that helpful, but I promise I'm always trying my best. So judge me however you decide. I can take it. Spandrels, freezes, just nobody wants to get along these days. Alrighty, so that one's back on the gallery. Check. Next is macvsp, which is on the hashtag. But I think this one, Princess Charm School. Ooh, that's right. I was excited to check this one out. Built on a castle school from Barbie Princess Charm School. Not sure how to do landscaping. Ooh, I love landscaping. What do I click to place one piece of freezes? Shift. Shift to place, and if you use the sledgehammer tool, shift to delete one section as well. And then to actually place one piece at a time of the spandrel is not going to be shift, that'll do the whole room. For the spandrel, it's going to be alt to place one piece at a time. So many hotkeys, so much fun. Someone's shown you that you're behind on the game. You've been playing since 1999. Wow, I was 3 years old in 1999. I could do math. Twixicorn Sims, hello, welcome in. Need help with the roof? I love helping with roofs. If you can send me your gallery ID and lot title, or if it's on the hashtag, just your gallery ID, that would be helpful because then I can place you on the queue. We don't usually use the 64x64, but I have something else I actually need to keep on the 64 that we usually use, so we're going to go into Henford on Begley today. I heard breathing. Oh, it's my husband. Okay, that's fine. Alright, furnished. We'll place this down. Whoop. We're going to save again real quick. So yeah, I don't know if making a new save file will help a ton, but it's worth a shot. This is very intricate. This is super duper cool. It looks like we're still working back here, so I'm probably going to mostly ignore that and work on the front. But this is impressive. I'm very excited to see how this one continues. Don't think you knew the spandrel trick? Dude, the spandrels is so handy. So I'll show y'all again. So for the freezes and floor trims, obviously it'll place on the full room by default, but if you press shift, it will only place on one section at a time. And if you press shift with the sledgehammer tool, it'll only delete one section at a time. So you can use that to place things more exactly. Same with the floor trims where you hold shift to just place it in one spot. But then with the spandrels is alt to place one tile at a time here. So I'm holding alt and only place one at a time, and then shift to do the whole room. So there you go. I do not have the console commands for that handy, but I do have them on shorts and TikToks in different places. So if you take a quick look at my channel or just search for spandrel or whatever, then that should just come up. ID is Twixicorn Sim. That's easy. Corn Sim, the Hearst Home. Hearst Home and roofing. Left and came back. Now we have a castle. Surprise! So I believe landscaping is what we're looking at on this one. Yes. Not fully sure on how to do the landscaping. So we are using... what are we going to use here? For rent, high school years, eco lifestyle, Discover University, Realm of Magic, romantic. Ooh, romantic garden's going to be a good one. I'm going to grab romantic garden for sure. And I don't know if high school years has anything, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, that's right. High school years has these trellises. So this could be fun to add. Ooh, yes. Actually, if you have any packs that have these vines going up the side, I know that this is based on a specific, I think you said a specific Barbie thing. So I don't know if the Barbie castle has vines going up the side or not, but I would probably look at that. Oh, a spin of the lot. Absolutely. So here is the whole castle. It looks like it's still being worked on back here. Ooh, I'm in love with this. So I'm not going to work on the back right now. We're just going to talk about the front and try to do some elegant landscaping. I want to do something that is tall and is going to really promote is the word that came to mind. I don't know. Is really going to promote the height and the tall, slender nature of this home with the, or castle, with the towers and everything. So I want to keep that same general shape, that just up, tall, slim, elegant, not too bulky. I think that's kind of the direction I want to go here. Haley, thank you so much for the follow. So that's, I think I would recommend going with these if it works with whatever your story is. I'm also holding shift to place multiple of the same item because that is super handy. Okay, I like that. I like bringing some green onto the build. I think that will be handy. And then if we go in over here, do I want to use any of these trees? I don't know if I do or not. I don't know. And then these, if I size oh, actually, hey, if we size this up once, this will fit, whoopsie-doopsie, in here pretty well. I'm also going to turn on quarter tile placement with F5. Okay, so that's not quite going to fit over there, but that's okay. So what I want this to do is to connect basically the vines to the rest of the landscaping. So you have a nice continuous green line. All right, I think that's a decent start. I don't hate it. I'm going to get rid of these just to go with it. Actually, fairly similar to the first lot we did. I'm going to do some symmetry, but I'm going to go a little bit more on the whimsical side when it comes to the actual plants that I'm choosing and not be quite so strict with my structure. I think it's my general plan. So now that we have sort of our background down, what do we want for the middle ground? Romantic Garden does have some pretty cool stuff. Oh, these would actually work pretty well as well. I completely didn't realize we had those. Cool. Well, we are going to continue to ignore those, I think. Nice big shrubs. Actually, this one will be pretty handy since we do have such a very large build going here. If we could move this back on the lot at all, I would 100% do a little moat and a little bridge. But because we really don't have much space here, I'm concerned that anything we would add to that effect would just be a little bit disappointing. Okay, these are nice tall flowers. I think we can pull some of these in. Once again, holding Alt to ignore the grid, holding Shift to place multiple of the item, and using my bracket keys to resize. So I'm going to place some of these in here. The only thing I really know about Barbie is pink, so we're just going to pretend that that makes sense. What are we building? Hello, 1989. Welcome in. So this is actually Build Help Live, so I'm trying to help other people with their builds. This is Princess Charm School by macvsp over here. And we're just trying to take a look at landscaping and see what we can do. Alright, so I want to add in some tall flowers. Now I want to add in some mid-height stuff. Possibly some more shrubs or just shrub-like flowers. Maybe lavender. Lavender could work. Or these. Possibly from the base game, dome full of flowers. I think I might bring in the white ones for these. And even if I'm not going to do a moat, I might still bring in some sort of water feature, just because I feel like that'll look cool. My main goal here, if I can try and summarize it, is I want to start with taller things toward the back and basically bring the build down and connect it with the ground around it. So I want this green to reach up onto the build to sort of grab onto it, and then pull it down into the plants, which will gradually get shorter and shorter and sort of connect the castle to the ground. That's my general idea there. This is based off the castle from Barbie Princess Charm School, looking better than what you were thinking of. Yay! How often do I renovate other Simmers builds? So this is a regular series on the channel, first Monday of the month. we just go through, and I generally prioritize live requests. So if you're actually in the audience, I'll grab what you have. Or, let's see, what do I want to do next? Actually, rocks probably is what I want to do next.
Thank you very much.
Or if you're not able to join live and the stream is slow, I will just look at the hashtag SamHelpLive hashtag and see what's going on. But usually it's pretty busy, so I typically don't end up looking at the hashtag that much. We just end up doing the live audience requests. I really love this series, though. Okay, I think the rocks are helping, but you know me. I do love a good rock. So let me pull some of these in. And I like rocks because they add texture and they can help connect it to the world. Because each world has its own rock color, so if you can get it pretty close to that, it helps add to that, like, believability that it's sort of connected to the environment. So I'm just going to go with the white rocks here, and if I really wanted to, I could size them up even more and sort of surround the castle to the side. No, I think I want this one over here. There we go. There we go, and then I might add some more plants onto that. That's an idea. Some trees and stuff. And I think I want one shorter flower still as well. I could go with wildflowers, bring more of those in, or we could go and see what Romantic Garden has to offer. Ooh, actually, these are really cute. I like these. They're a little bit on the small side, though. I might go with the lupin. I'm going to bring in more of the same colors here. And I'm going to use these toward the front here. Oh, lost it. There we go. Hello. There we go. All right. Gosh, I love the bracket keys so much. Okay, so let me put some of these in here, and I do want to also, because it is like a palace and super fancy and stuff, I think I might add some water, or at the very least some sculptural elements to the garden as well, just to help it feel fancy, you know? It's important to feel fancy. And then I can add some flowers spilling out over here around the rocks as well. I think that'll look pretty good. Also, I can use 9 to raise objects, and then make it look like the plants are actually growing out of the rocks, so if that's something you're into, here you go. Save real quick. Nikita, hello. Would some small statues of bird baths mix well with the flowers here? I think so. I don't know how small I want to go because this is a pretty large build, and if I go with too many super small objects, it's just going to look visually extremely busy. But yes, we will be for sure bringing in some sort of water element, whether that's a pond or a fountain or both, but something like that. Thank you, giving some ideas of what to do for landscaping. Yay! I'm going to keep going because I'm having a good time, but I'm glad you're getting some ideas. Oh, I eyedroppered something. And I removed my filters. That's fine. I'm pretty okay with that for my base, for all of that landscaping. Yeah, I don't know if we have enough space for like a whole pond thing, but we might be able to stick one over here. And of course, as always, take what you like, leave what you don't, and I will not be offended at all. My rock is floating. But that's fine. We can fix that. We can fix that pretty easily. Okay, let me grab some terrain paint real quick for my pond. I feel like otherwise it just looks weird. Just a grassy hole full of water, you know? Okay, so now we obviously have to fix the rocks. That's easy enough to do. I'm just going to take some large rocks and scooch them up and pretend that everything is fine. That's how life goes. Flat ones usually work pretty well. Okay, so there are some rocks spilling in over there. This would be a good spot to add some trees as well, like the weeping willow tree. Always love one of those. That is also floating. That's super cool. There we go. So that could be an option. And we have so many great pond sticker items as well. I'm going to replace the water And let's see what we have. Oh, the game is wanting to die. If we could not, that'd be swell. Cute little path. Oh, absolutely. Tried to order some Uber Eats and the driver just took your order and left. What? No! That is tragic. I am so sorry. Why would they do that? I'm gonna add a log. I'm gonna add some water lilies over here. The water lilies get frogs, the log gets a turtle, and you know what? Let's add a swans over here as well. Then the last thing I would do is, of course, do terrain paint. Anything that touches the ground gets some terrain paint. I also like to paint before I do my path with the dirt. I think that it blends everything together better. I'm still thinking about going in and adding some actual sculptures in the rest of the garden as well, but I wanted to see how that pond would work out, and I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, alright, and then we can add some sort of path here. This might be a good base game option. There we go. And let's go look at... Where do I want to go? Probably just here. Trying to, but you can't get the tip money, only what you spent on the food, which are up 40 bucks. $40? Oh my gosh. I hope you get that back. That is so annoying. No, I don't want to turn organized debug off. I clicked the wrong button. Forgive me, Better Build By. I am so sorry. Okay. Hopefully nothing broke. That's not what I wanted to click either. Oh my gosh. All I want to do is remove this so the debug stuff stops showing up. And then I want to go back to my packs. And I want to have Romantic Garden. And I want to have the base game. And that's all I wanted. Goodness. Okay. Ooh. This is cool. You know what? Let's put this maybe over here. Maybe not. We don't really have enough room. I lied to you. This is not a fountain, but it looks pretty cool, and I think I'm going to put that over here by our door. We do have some sculptures as well. Maybe you can sit over here. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to add a path coming this way as well. I was thinking about this fountain, but maybe not. Do we have any other good garden sculptures? We've got this thing. Gnomes. I don't know about gnomes. Could do a little bird bath over here, though. I think that'll be cute. Alright. Back to terrain paint. Paint under here. Paint under here. And expand this dirt to come around to the pond so that I can grab my stone again. There we go. And bring this around. Benches, a chest, table, lanterns, stuff like that could all work pretty well as well, but I'm thinking you'd probably want to have a better idea as to what your overall landscaping and organization of the lot was going to be before you spent too much time placing a bunch of skill items down. But this is going to be my generalized recommendation for the landscaping. I think you should definitely add some sort of vines crawling up on the castle. I like how that brings the green and the pink sort of together in the lot. So I would connect those. And I wouldn't go with too many super small flowers. Like when you zoom in here, these are actually fairly large objects. Like these are 2-tile objects. And the reason I wouldn't go with anything that's too small in here is because while it may look pretty nice up close and in person, once you zoom out, it's just going to look really visually busy and clutter your eye, and then you've got like the pixels all trying to, you know, pixelate and whatever, so wouldn't do too many small plants. But hopefully that gives you some ideas. I'll put this back on the gallery if you want to inspect the order or anything anymore. But this is a really cool castle thing, and I hope you come back and show us the update. Speaking of updates, you can also send cool builds and stuff that you've done that you're proud of to me, either on the socials by tagging me, I'm on most of them as Sam Bean, or through the Discord channel for the community showcase, and then during the break screen, if I have community showcase items, I will actually put them on there, and you can share your cool builds and stuff with the rest of the community, which I think is fun. Precious, absolutely. Hopefully this was moderately helpful. I think I'm really, really excited to see how you finish this one up. I think it's super duper cool. Alright, so we have 2 more on the list. We have ellyamelia and Twixicorn Sim. Yeah, I'm super excited to see how this one turns out. ellyamelia, are we on here? I don't think so. That's fine. Two-story family home. Oh, this is so cute. Roofing. All right, cool. We've got this. 20 by 15. I think this is Willow Creek. It's Willow Creek enough that it should be all right. Oh, actually, it might be Newcrest. I don't know. We're going to go to Willow Creek. And then if I'm wrong, you can all shame me in the comments. I give you permission. Okie dokie. Yeah, I think it's this one. I thought I recognized the sidewalk. Alright, 2-story family home. Place it furnished. Objects, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I think that this is adorable. I'm very excited to fix it. I think there are just a couple of things that we have to look at here. So, what all am I allowed to change? Oh, okay. I wanted to move the windows because your house kind of looks like they're very, very close to the edge. I wanted to move them more like this. However, I recognize that you do have walls there, so that might not work out. Those are these. Are they? They are growing together. Okay. Growing together, do you have a single tile version of that window? You would be my best friend forever. Yes, we do. Okay, cool. So this might help it work out. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to delete. So if I put this here, and then place another one next to it, that almost looks like a double window. And we could continue to cheat it a little bit by going over here. I think that's the same spacing. Where are you? Are you on the tile? I can't tell. There's a curtain. Yes, you are. Okay. Boop and boop. Alrighty. Move this over. Maybe. It doesn't really want to move over. It's fighting me pretty hard. We're going to pretend that that goes there. And we're going to move the moth as well. There we go. Okay, so is this a little bit weird on the bedroom side? Yes, so you'd have to decide which is more important. But I do think that having the windows slightly more toward the middle here is going to look a little bit better. So that's an idea. Caitlin, love to help with the landscaping. Absolutely. Let me get a fresh sheet going. Gallery ID is Kate and Nikki 109, I think. And just pick one to work on the landscaping? Absolutely. Mav, you're here, you glitched. What did you miss? Well, we did a castle, and now we're doing this one. What? Is YouTube being weird again now? I don't know. Oh, okay, this is yours. Alright, cool. Your gallery ID and your name are not the same. I am embarrassingly terrible at names. So I was just talking about the window, how I'd really like to move the windows more toward the center of the wall. I think that looks a little bit better. However, the way that you'd have to do it would be kind of sneaky and it messes with your bedroom a little bit. So it's totally up to you. But I think that that would look a little bit better, moving them more toward the center. Now, over here, we are... Oh, very interesting. You know what? We're going to scrap this, and we're going to come back and just redo it. Because we're close. We're very close. So, here... Oh, hello? Growing together. Alright. Because this is a pretty traditional home, I'm going to go with a gable here as sort of my base. I think I'm just going to leave it at the default pitch as well. And then here, I'm going to grab this, bring it back to one tile, hold shift to pull this eave in. I will have to drop it down a little bit to get it to match up, but it'll be okay. Whoop, one more maybe? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do that for my front here. And then the same thing on the back. So grab this same roof piece that has the back eave tucked in and bring it back so that the green box sort of matches up with my main gable. Match this piece up, which doesn't have the eaves on the side. And then you don't get the weird, like, eave overlap thing happening. So there is, I think that'll be my core roof shape there. Sandbean, thank you. I just read my own name. I don't know why. I always do similar landscaping and never happy with it. Oh, okay. I'll see if I can spot a pattern then and give you some tips on that. I need this so bad. Your builds are so bad, but it's 3:40 a.m. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mercy. So I've been streaming for about 2 hours, which I realize would still be very early in the morning and whatever time zone you're in. But I do these streams on the first Monday of every month. So if you tend to stay up late on Monday nights, and you want to try to catch the start of the stream, I start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern the first Monday of every month with these. So just so you know, that is an option in the future, but also I will encourage you to go to bed because I am a mother and I have to do that. No pro builder, so please feel free to point out anything you think can make it better. Cool, I'll probably just grab like one of your most recent builds and just do a little scan if we can. Okay, so overall this isn't too much of a different shape than you had before. The main difference is just I got rid of this gable. I think this was making it a bit too busy. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. On the front here, I think I am actually going to go with a half hip roof piece. You had a half gable here initially, but I think that the half hip roof piece would look pretty good as well. I kind of like how the slope comes down on either side. So I think I'd go with that one there. And then this piece over here is going to be a little bit tricky. I feel like the easiest thing to do would be a half gable. I don't know if we want to do that or not though. Let me see if we can make it look nice. Yeah, that's like giving the illusion of the window not being centered. Well, maybe we could do, because you don't have anything too funky going on in here. We could potentially rotate this and then have it half in, half out, but it's not actually going to clip inside. It's not going to interfere with anything. And then what that will do, it'll give us a nice little corner right here. It'll mimic the shape of the deck roof over there. Yeah, that could be cute. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one. That's a nice traditional shape there. It fits with the more traditional craftsman sort of style that you have going on here. Yeah, I think I like that. Alright, so let's do that. And then we do also have to roof back here. I'm just going to copy the same roof piece to start with. Right here. And then this should be as simple as copying and rotating and placing the piece over here and making sure it lines up. I'll take another look inside. Yep, not clipping in. So that'll just give us a nice clean corner there. It's not very exciting, but it's the back of the build and it should look alright. And I should also just be able to do that same thing over on this side. I'll extend this roof piece over a bit so that it sort of connects right there. Make sure it's not clipping in. It is not. Huzzah! So that's a pretty simple way to roof around the back. But I think that could work all right. The other option would be to do most of the same thing, except replace this piece with a half gable instead, which isn't, it's not showing me the turning animation, so I don't know which direction it's facing. There we go, bring this back. So you could replace that piece with that instead, which would square off the edge. That's an option. Let me grab some roof trim. Okay, it is gonna line up. That was being kind of funny there for a second. trim all this out and some just nice bright white, I think. And overall, this build is pretty low contrast, and it looks good low contrast, so I am going to switch the shingles out just because I always do, but I'm going to stick with the lighter gray. I think that that could still work for you over here. Oh, whoops, I missed a piece. I am so sorry. I also need to take a half gable over here so that that corner doesn't look too funny. There we go. Nice smooth corner. Yay! I feel like it looks a lot more traditional now, kind of cottagey. What do you think? Sims 4, hello, welcome in. So hopefully you didn't glitch out again. Hopefully you're still here. And hey, if you want to rewatch any part of this stream, it will be available on my YouTube channel, and I will add chapters per build that we're looking at by the name of the builder. So if you have to leave, or if your stream glitches out or whatever when I'm working on your house, you can still see it, and it'll be great. Alright, so this is where I'm at with this one. I just had roof written down for this, and this is where we started. So I made the roof shape slightly more traditional with the hipped roof pieces and sort of sloping down instead of the boxy edges, except up top where I did add a squared off edge by doing a gable. Got rid of this gable to sort of clean up the front, and I would still recommend moving the windows toward the center just from like a curb appeal standpoint. Although whether or not that actually fits into the end design is of course up to the original builder, who is ellyamelia. I actually want to take a look at the floor plan real quick. Okay, yeah, so the hallway has to be there. I was checking to see if I could maybe like block this off or something, but not really. Yeah, that wouldn't be very useful. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the gallery. There we go. And if you want to take a closer look at any of these, they will be on my gallery, but you can find the original builder information there as well. I'll leave these up for a few weeks just so you can find them for reference or whatever if you'd like. But then I'll take them down because I don't want them to look too much like I'm building all of these. That'd be crazy. Can you imagine if I actually built 10 homes all in one night? Jeez. Alright, yes, the bedroom is adorable. The whole house on the inside is absolutely lovely. So hopefully the roof matches now too. Oh, you are still here. Yay. Hopefully you like it. And as always, if you don't, I'm not offended. I know everybody has different personal styles, but hopefully, even if you don't like it, you just found out another way that doesn't work, right? Didn't Edison say something like that? Let's just hijack Edison. All right. I think this is really cute. I will go ahead and check this one off my list. So we have Twixacorn Sim next. The Hearst home, I think is what I wrote. Who knows? Sure, it'd be great if I could read my own handwriting, but who needs that? It looks like it's under Catacorn 194. I think I saw that come through in a chat as well. I just didn't get it written down, so I'm 99% sure that we are doing this one. Need a new lot, and we're fixing a roof. Ooh, alright. Ooh, this is gonna be a fun one. Alright, cool beans, cool beans. 40 by 20. Here we come. It's got an incredibly cute face. I know you mean facade, but do you really? We will go to New Crest, do you think? We'll get rid of the fancy family restaurant. I really like this restaurant, but we're going to be replacing it today. There we go. The Hearst home. Same thing, really. I mean, yeah, but also no. We need lighting. Okay, we're gonna save because the game's being sketchy again. Yeah. Cool. I don't know if you had... Oh no, some of the train paint stayed. Okay. Alrighty. I feel like we've done similar shapes to this in the past, so I am going to go ahead and get rid of... Oh, it sounds like someone's trying to escape. Oh, Dad's on it. Alright. Get rid of all this and discuss some of the the specific things that are causing the issues you're seeing here, which are all the roof pieces aren't quite lining up, it doesn't quite look right. So, in general, when you're building a house, if you want the house to have a roof around the second story, right? Like right here, we can see that the builder does in fact intend to have some sort of roof here. At the absolute max, you want it to be 5 tiles in, whoop, wrong key, 5 tiles in from the outside. Maybe a little bit more, but what you're really looking at here is how much of a slope the roof is going to have. And like, we have windows here. There is no way we are going to reasonably be able to have such a low sloped roof look good from the front on this build. That is just, it's just very, 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 very short. So we could fix this fairly easily a few ways, but it would require moving a lot of walls. So first of all, we want to eliminate as many 1-tile areas as possible if we're trying to like clean it up a bit. Gadissulsul, hi, welcome in. It's been a minute. Can you still join the queue? What time is it? It's 11. Psh, yeah, you can join. I do need your gallery ID and lot title in one message, please. Coley has shared the live about a bajillion times, so thank you for that. Yeah, nah, as Aussies would say, yeah. Julia, you gotta sleep. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Sleep well. Anyway, so that's really what you're shooting yourself in the foot with here, is just having the second story so far away from the edge of the first story is going to make roofing it very difficult, because you're going to end up with very severe angles, either very, very steep, like right here with the 1 tile, that's just not quite going to fit in, or very, very shallow, like here with our, what is this, 6 tiles, and even more here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 tiles. That is far too many tiles. Alright. I'm not sure if somebody's... I'm seeing a lot of shares come through on Coley. So Coley, if you're here, I don't know if like your cat is sitting on your phone or what, but all the shares are getting in the way of the chat. So I might have to stop you from sending messages or something in the live so that I can actually keep up with the chat. You sure do. Let me write that down. Oh goodness, there we go. Okay. Gadissulsul, 2 S's there. Hey, Nabato. I'm not saying that right, but I wrote it down. Let me... I mute? Will that make it stop sending? Hopefully that'll make it stop sending the shares, just because they are really getting in the way of the chat. Apologies, but that's how it's got to be sometimes. Alright, so, you are now on the list, and we're going back to the Hearst Home Roofing. Okay, so I'll do my best with the shape that we have here, but just for future reference, if you want a 2-story build or a 1.5-story build, you really do want to try and keep your walls within a few tiles of the edge of the second story so it'll make the most sense. Especially here, since we are going to have to pitch it down incredibly far. But I will do my best. So let's go ahead and start here. And I'm going to actually move these up a little bit, just so that I can have my roof pitched up a smidge more. Alright, that'll have to work for that. Whoa, what are we gonna do here? I'm gonna hold shift and get rid of that eave. I might... No, that's actually not gonna work. Okay, new plan. We're going to use a half-hipped roof piece here, which obviously we're gonna have to pitch down quite a bit. I can pitch it down to here, that'll be okay. The frog living in my throat now. But now I can take my half gable and place it on the side here and match the pitch. So that will at least make that conjunction pretty clean. I'll tuck the eaves in because we don't need those. Alright, so that's what I've got there. What And then what to do with this part, because you do have the round roof piece there, and obviously we need this roofed. It's built and designed to be covered. So if I place my circle here, is this going to be the right size? No, one smaller. Okay, whoop. Okay, so this circle should be matching up with the edge there. Yeah, that looks all right. All right, all right, all right. And I'm going to see if I can do a gable here. I feel like not, but let's try. Oof, that's clipping right on in. Right on in there. All right. What do I want to do with this? This is just in general, this particular shape is tricky. I'm going back in with the gable again. I'm just going to bring this to the middle of my circle here. And I think we're going to have to pitch this down all the way at this point. I'm going to bring it to the middle so it'll line up with my circle. And then pull it in here. Yeah, because like if I pitch this up another tile, it should match the height here, but of course it doesn't. So we're going to have to leave that there so it's not messing with the windows too much. And then I'm going to copy and place the same pitch roof piece in this direction. Maybe. Okay, this didn't work. What am I doing? Oh, duh. We're going to use a half hip roof piece. There we go. So we're going to make it 4 tiles wide because our circle is 4 tiles wide. I think, yes. Circle's 4 tiles wide, so if we match the pitch and line it up with the circle, it'll match up with the middle. We can then match the eaves. And now from the front, everything looks like it lines up. And over here it lines up. I will be doing a roof tour on this one because I realize that I'm moving a lot. But this particular shape is just a challenge. So I think because we have to have the pitch so low, that's about as good as I'm going to be able to do here. If you didn't like this tiny little triangle showing up, you could replace it with another one of these guys. So we would bring this down, bring it forward. The issue with that is just going to be that it's going to clip right on over the circle again. So I'm going to stick with that here. Us mortals can't understand your skills. I'm doing my best. So yeah, I'll do a roof tour, but if you're looking to actually match the shape, I feel like this is going to be your best bet. There's also always an opportunity to do more of a novelty style thing where maybe you would work in some glass roof pieces because then they don't have to match up as much. But for our purposes today, I think that that will work all right. And then, oh, there's actually more to be roofed back here. Okay. Let me start with this again. So this should cover this hip roof piece again, by the way. This should cover most of what we've got going on here. All right, and then copy and place in the same spot. I'm going to push it back once and pull it over once. That's not clipping in, excellent. And then do that same thing again. Copy, push it back, pull it over. And the reason I'm not pulling the whole thing over is to avoid having some weird unnecessary valleys back here. Actually, I am going to have to add another half gable over here, aren't I? To cover this weird valley where the water would be running right into the wall of the house. We can't be having that. So if I grab a half gable and tuck the eaves in, that'll square that corner up nice and tight. Timeout was here or on TikTok. Oh, over on TikTok. Somebody was spam sharing, and when this has happened before, it's genuinely been someone's cat just sitting on the keyboard. I can empathize with that, but unfortunately it was just getting in the way of me actually being able to read the chat. So I felt like I had to do a little timeout just for the sake of the stream. So over here I'm going to do another one of these, and I should just be able to rotate it and pull it sideways a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so basically what I don't want to happen with any of these roof pieces is for any water to be pooling. Obviously that doesn't actually matter in the in the game. Like, there is no roof water damage. But if you're just looking for a quick rule of thumb of like, my roof looks weird, try and see if there's somewhere where water could possibly be collecting. For example, let me see if I can get better lighting back here. If I get rid of this half gable piece, you can see that the roof sort of slopes down here into the wall. So while that may not matter, like, structurally in the game, you can acknowledge that it does look weird, and the reason it looks weird is because, like, the roof isn't supposed to be shaped like that. Roofs aren't supposed to collect pools and puddles and things. Just checking because you didn't register it and thought you were looking for the person. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I should have been more clear that it was on TikTok. That's my bad. Alright, so that's how I'm going to tidy up the back. And now, for the rest of it. We need some sort of shape happening here. So, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a few gable pieces. I'm not going to pitch these down as far as the rest of the build. I am going to try and pitch it up a little bit. I'm going to bring this over toward the center here, about where the middle of this half hipped roof piece is. Hold shift to remove this eave, copy, rotate, place on the other side. Oh, not quite. We've got a little bit of a divot there. Okay, so I'll place you there, and then another piece here. Okay, deal with that. And then copy and place this roof piece again, except hold shift to just get rid of this middle piece, and then copy and rotate the same piece again. And I'm doing this so that the pitch continues to match. And if I line up the green box with where my eaves have been tucked in, and then pull these eaves out. Okay. Nope. What I would like to do with that is add a little bit of shape to the front of the build, because otherwise it's just going to be super duper flat. So I'm going to try and do that. Discow, hello! No, it's not Rags to Riches, but it's been too long and you need updates. We have actually not done Rags to Riches all summer. We were able to end on a pretty high note, honestly, with the series. We were able to fill in the whole lot with renters. So that was a really nice finale to Season 1. Summer's been quite a bit of a break, and now when we go back to the Rags to Riches, we'll be entering Season 2 and following Fred and seeing what she gets up to. And I have some ideas that incorporate the new Love Struck pack, but I might have to do some play testing and see if it meets my family-friendly standards. But I have ideas. So yeah, again, I will be doing a roof tour, and I will be re-explaining why I've made all these decisions. But yes, Disca, you haven't moved. I don't know if you've moved or not. You haven't missed anything, though. In the Rags to Riches, we've literally just been doing the one build help stream a month over the summer. Copy, rotate, and place this roof piece again over here. I guess I didn't need to rotate it, but we did anyway. And then the last, oh, I hate these. These are tricky, and I keep thinking I have like a formula, but it is just such a case-by-case basis. So like in this particular instance, I might bring this over right here. So that will square that off. And then grab this piece here, bring it down to the one tile. Nope, it's gonna have to be 2 tiles, but shift to remove this eave. Copy, place, tuck the eaves in, pull it in till it meets up. I don't love this with the windows, but I feel like it's going to be my best option nonetheless. And then let's make sure that these roof sidings match what's going on over here. Whoops, this one has to be that one. I think I got everything. All right, I'm gonna do roof trim first, and then we'll do a little roof tour. And then we can all cry together. Oh, goodness. This is quite the challenge. I know I complain a little bit. That's just because it's entertaining, or at least I've been told that it is. I genuinely love tricky roofs. I would be so sad if people stopped asking me to roof their stuff. So please, please continue to send me your roofs. This feels like actual magic. Spooky. Oh, just me being a weirdo who really enjoys roofing stuff. It's like Sudoku or a crossword search for me. It's relaxing in a stressful way. Seen a lot of creators get videos demonetized on YouTube doing Love Struck Let's Plays. Yikes. All right. So I'm thinking about doing a video where I just sort of explore the pack. I thought that doing like a little hotel and doing the new like play along career thing that came with it, I think the romance counselor or whatever, I don't know. I've barely looked in it. I looked at the build mode stuff. That's like all I've done with the pack so far. So then it's more like a suggested gameplay, but because I do try to stay fairly family friendly, I mean, I know we've got little jokes here and there, but by and large, you should be totally safe to have this stream running with kids around. So I'll test the pack out. I may make a slightly less family friendly video just to sort of test the waters with YouTube and see how YouTube reacts to it. And if worse comes to worse, we just won't include that pack in our like main Let's Play, but I might make a couple of like spin-off videos that I don't have to worry as much about being monetized or not, or be able to put a warning on and be like, yo, parents, this might not be the best one to be watching while you're, you know, hanging out with your kids. I think a bigger deck would also look pretty with a pergola instead of a roof. Also true, yes. That could also work. However, with the round wall, that is not going to work very well. So yes, if it was just square, I probably would have recommended that. But with the round wall over the deck over here, that was just going to be a fight I didn't want to have. India, think of you every time I build a water trap roof, but you're going for historical accuracy, and that's how they built it for some reason. Some styles are more likely to have them. Like Victorians with the intricate roofs may have more valleys, but in general, I still try to avoid them. Let's see. I think that's everything. Haven't seen a lot of the pack online, so you don't know what it's about. It's like everything. All of the reasons my mom... He's trying to escape. Dad's on it, though. He's fine. He's just struggling to sleep this week. Life happens. Anyway, it's like all the reasons my mom didn't want us to play The Sims growing up in one pack. So, that's gonna be fun. But yeah, so yeah, be on the lookout for a little bit of a video from that. Let's see. You've been too busy with stuff, right? Know anybody else with freezing, saving, and exiting issues? I mean, I just had one earlier in the stream, so that wasn't fun. Your Sims have been freezing randomly, but when you save and exit, your game won't exit at all. Yeah, I have had that issue, but I've had that issue for like months, so I unfortunately do not have a workaround. Anyway, speaking of workaround, let's do a roof tour. I've caught up on chat. So I'm going to be working from the front to the back and explaining each roof piece and its purpose. So let's do yellow. Yellow's easy to see. Obviously, we did a round roof piece over the round portion of the roof here, and to tie it seamlessly into a straight line, we ended up going with a half-hipped roof piece here. Another benefit of the half-hipped roof piece is this hipped joint over here flows really nicely into our gable roof piece right here. And the reason we ended up going with a gable instead of another half-hipped roof piece was because if we went with a half-hipped roof piece, then the corner would be sticking out awkwardly over here. And since I try to roof as true to the shape as possible, I decided to go ahead and go with this shape so that we could preserve that rounded edge. So that's what all that is doing there. Next up, this pitch doesn't match. Usually I'm a huge advocate for matching pitches on the roof. However, when we have this large of a space to roof that is so flat and has a second story with windows that are involved, I just pitch it up as high as I can in any given area. So this is a half-hipped roof piece, and then we used a half gable around the side just to give that a nice, smooth little connection there. So there's the front. Because it is such a flat build, and these roof situations where your second story is more than 3 or 4 tiles away from the edge of the first story, that gets really complicated to roof, and I wanted to add some sort of not super flat shape, so I ended up going with this little roofing hack that I do frequently. I love this. So what you do is you take 3 gables here, except the middle one you have the eave pulled back so that you can add another gable sideways here, and that makes a really nice little shape there. So actually let me do these all different colors so you can see better what's going on. So it's 4 gables all together. This one has this eave tucked in, this one has this eave tucked in, this one has the front eave tucked in, and this one has all the eaves but is rotated to the opposite direction, so it's perpendicular. There we go, that's a fancy word, perpendicular. We like that. So that's how that roof came together. For the most part, it's more gables up here, so I did one more gable on this side. Over here, I did one gable right here. This one These edges are tricky. So I decided to extend this roof line with another gable in this direction, and then rotate and add one gable here with this eave tucked in so as to not be funky, and then another gable here with these side eaves tucked in so that it just flows seamlessly into the rest of the build. And then we look around the back here. This is mostly half-hipped roof pieces just because they fit together so well. So half-hipped here, half-hipped here, half-hipped here, half-hipped here, except rotated so that the gable section is facing the build, so that it's a nice clean edge here. But we did not have a nice clean edge down here, so this is actually a half gable roof piece to cover up an awkward little dip in the corner. Whew, so there we go. There's your roof tour. Let me lower your brightness. Yeah, sorry. Sleepy, hello, welcome in. Love when you just know what's about to happen. It's going to be a TikTok, right? Half-hipped here should be a soundbite. Ah, jeez. You know what? I feel half-hipped sometimes. My hips do not want to participate in my life, and it's very difficult. But you know what? Life, and okay. Here's what we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 roof pieces on this bad boy. That might be a record for the stream so far today. Not a record overall. I think Indy still holds that record. But, you know what? I'm actually not that mad about it. This whole situation, we did the best we could. I think that adding a little bit of detail here works. And you know what? I think it's all right. Let's do a little refresher on what we started with here. So this was the Hearst home. Oh, it's sideways. Dang it. Well, you can kind of see what was happening here. So this is how the roof initially started. So obviously we've changed quite a few things. And this is how we're looking now. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the gallery for anybody to look at if they'd like. There we go. Did recently get MCCC. I love MCCC. However, as far as I know, it hasn't quite caught up with all the updates yet because I went to download it again, but it was like, no, we're not updated for all of the emergency updates yet. So I have not put MCCC back in my game yet. I did grab Better Build By though, because Twisted Mech C is OP. Twisted Mech C is like a saint in the Sims world. Sam takes the teacher deep breath for the TikTok clip, right? No, I have not forgotten about that, Indy, because that was the day I finally figured out what your name was, and I thought it was hilarious, because I'd just been like, I don't know, you've been around the channel for a while, and that one particular build was nuts. That was when I was still taking requests through TikTok comments, I believe. I don't think I'm ever going to forget that one. I'm never going to forget it. Okay, so yeah, there's a roof. There is a roof. Be on the lookout for the clips on TikTok coming soon. We'll see if that one makes it to YouTube as well. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and check that one off. That was really fun. Thank you for sending that one in. I need a drink. Kareem, you're sleepy after that hard work? All right. Who is next? Kate and Nikki, 109. I do not see it here, so let's hope I wrote the ID down correctly. It would help if I could type. And oh, that's right. We were just going to take a look at your landscaping. I don't see much. Well, okay, there's a little bit of landscaping on this one. Ooh, a cute little family home. This one has some landscaping. This one has some landscaping. I think I can help. I think I see some of what's going on. So I think I'm just going to pull one of your builds and I'm going to go through my like landscaping method, my core landscaping method, and we'll see if that helps you out. I do like this one. Honestly, I think the only thing really missing from this one is terrain paint. I think that would help a lot on this one specifically, but I'm going to grab one of your simpler builds just to do basic landscaping. This one's cute. I like this one. 3020. Fly away. Mateo, hello. Always watching videos, but never seen one of the lives. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. No, I'm not on Twitch, but I am on YouTube. So if you would like to join us over there, you're obviously more than welcome to. We do have some chat commands over on YouTube that are not available on TikTok. Aside from that, though, it's the exact same stream. I was gonna grab this one because it's adorable and I like it. By taking it out, do you mean remove from folders or turn it off in settings? I just completely remove the entire mod. I just delete it. Just straight up gone. Goodbye. Shift delete. Adios. Just to avoid having issues. The good news is, since I don't do much gameplay, having mods or not really doesn't affect me all that much. I just really like better build by. Oh geez, here comes Dance Cat. Alright. Thank you for that stretch and dance break, Cream. I appreciate that. My neck definitely needed it. Anyway, so yeah, we've got fun stuff like that over here on the YouTubes. Anyway, as far as lives go, that was the other thing I was going to say. Over the summer, we've only been doing the Sam Help lives, which is always the first Monday of the month.
Daddy issues. This daddy issues does not explain this.
But, usually where you do at least one stream a week during the school year. Just, you know, school's out, extra parenting, all that jazz, traveling. Oh my gosh, so much traveling. So, usually we're live once a week. So I'd love to see you more in the fall if you're still around. But yeah, no Twitch, just YouTube and TikTok, which has been delightful, honestly. Streaming on YouTube has been so fun. Brooke, hi! Happy to have you. This is an old one you just realized you haven't uploaded in a while. Cringing at a failed attempt of a curved pool. We have curved pools now, though, so that's good. Just want to get back to you as you requested it last time. It helps with landscaping. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yes. Okay, cool. It's all coming together in my 3 cells of my brain. So anyway, I'm going to talk about my basic landscaping method. Krista, hi! Happy to have you back. Just because from what lost my mouse. From what I'm seeing on the gallery, it looks like you have a lot of repetition, which is fine, and that can work for some styles. But it looks like you're relying pretty heavily on symmetry, and you have a lot of different plants coming into play. This one's actually pretty good. I like that one. So yeah, I'm going to run through my base landscaping method and then a couple of tips for how to switch it up. And hopefully that will help you try to experiment with some other styles as we move forward. So I'm going to stretch again because my neck is cramping. But that's fine. All right, cool beans. It's been a minute since I've been streaming. So basically, there are 4 core parts to your landscaping, not including trees. We're just talking about like flower beds and stuff. You're going to have your shrubs, which is anything big and green and leafy and that doesn't have flowers on it. So all of these would count as a shrub in the shrub category. Now the hiccups are coming back. We're just having a great time. So you're going to have your shrubs. You're also going to have flowers, which are flowering objects. I feel like that one's pretty obvious, so stuff like this. These would all be under the flower category. You also have filler. Gosh, I'm so sorry about these hiccups. Which is lower, smaller plants like this. So if I compare a flower to a filler, you can see how the flower is slightly larger, and then the fillers are quite small and tight. So that's sort of the distinction there. And then of course you also have rocks. So here's how those all fit together in general when you're building a landscape. For an area like this where you really don't have that much space in the front to landscape, I would pick one shrub. But if it's a slightly larger area, you might want to pick two. A really classic like suburban combo would be this one and this one. If you're trying to do something a little bit more foresty, you might want to grab this one and this one, right? So that'll be a little bit more of a forest thing. If you're doing like deep woods, then get rid of this and grab some ferns instead. So your shrubs can really help set the story for what you're going with. The bulbous shrub is, or bulbous bush, whatever it is, I like this one. It's just simple, it's classic, it's easy to put in and easy to replace if you're not as keen on it. But it's nice, simple backdrop shrub. Then I would pick 2 to 3 flowers. Again, this is going to depend a lot on what your exact story is that you're telling. The hydrangeas are very suburban. I just have the base game selected right now, which might not be the best. Let me actually have more so I can show you more. So hydrangea, very suburban. We also have like wildflowers, which are obviously very wild. So where are the rest of my wildflowers? How dead is my brain today? Oh duh, they're right here. Anyway, so we have the wildflowers, and these have a lot of colors and textures happening, so that's good for more of a forest or a cottage or something like that. We have obviously more tropical looking plants. So tropical flowers you wouldn't want to put in a build like this, which is looking very much more western, cabiny, not very keen on having tropical plants over here. So the actual flowers can also really sell a lot of what your story is. Some of my favorites for just super basic throwing it down landscaping would be the dull daisies, the sunrose bush, and the lavender, and the hydrangea. I also like to grab a mix of different sizes. So for this one, what do I want to do here? I think I'll do the hydrangea and the sunrose for you here today, just for decorative purposes. And again, if the space was slightly larger, you'd probably want a third flower as well, but who knows? And I'm guessing Western because of all the horse ranch stuff, but yeah, this is just crash course landscaping. So I'm gonna pick these you know what, I'm gonna put these over here because we're not actually landscaping it. I'm gonna pick a bush, pick a couple flowers. I'm gonna pick a filler. My go-to filler in the base game is the low-lying pale yellow flowers. You'd think I'd remember where they were. I also really like this jalapa plant from Jungle Adventure. These Granite Falls blossom flowers from Outdoor Retreat. That's what that one's called. So depending on your packs and the story you're telling, just something nice and low that you can sort of pull together. Oh yeah, we do have sunflowers as well. I think they're really ugly in the game. I think they're lovely in real life, but the ones in the game, I don't know. I don't like them. They feel like cut out paper flowers glued to a green stick. So I don't usually use them. But hey, if you like them, they're there. Oh, Cat Mom is heading to bed. I completely missed that. I'm so sorry. Sleep well. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Matt, hey, welcome to the Discord. Thank you so much for joining. I'll be there after stream. I like to check in with people after the stream. So if you have anything to say to me, you can put it in there and I'll see it soon. And finally, rocks. Rocks you should absolutely match to your world. So the base swatch is great for pretty much any temperate climate. The black one I use in Sulani because it has the black volcanic rock there. The 2 red rocks, this one is good for Strangerville, this one's better for Oasis Springs, but the desert worlds usually have a couple of these. And actually the, my brain has passed away, Horse Ranch World has reddish rocks as well. So for this one, I could use a red rock, which would match your house pretty well, or I could use more of a gray rock, which would match Newcrest, which is where we are. I do recommend matching the rock to the world, though. It makes a weird amount of difference being able to actually tie as many plants and rock colors into the world as you can. So like you can see that I've already matched this flower to what we've got going on over here. it'll tie it into the world. Whether or not this is where this house belongs is irrelevant right now. We're just doing, like, landscaping basics. So once we've got our core elements picked out, 2 to 3 flowers, 1 filler, 1 or 2 shrubs, depending on the amount of landscaping we're doing, I'm going to grab my shrub and holding Shift to place multiple, Alt to ignore the grid, and resizing with my bracket keys, I want to place a total of an odd number of these. So I'm going to do 3 over here, whoop, and I think I'll do 2 over here. And the odd numbers just help it stay more natural. If you wanted to do a more modern garden, then you would skip the filler and keep your plants much more evenly spaced. I would actually landscape with the grid on if you're going for minimalist, modern, or contemporary landscaping. This is just super basic stuff over here, where if you switch the plants out with whatever in the world, it's gonna work. After that, I usually go in with my rocks. So any mix of rocks, you don't have to limit yourself on these. I do like sizing some up to make nice boulders. Rocks add texture, they add something to sort of anchor your flowers to. And they're just fun. And I'm adding really big rocks today because apparently I'm feeling rocky. Oh gosh, oh. Forgot about Pedro. For the flowers, what do we do with flowers? Oh, for flowers, it's been a minute. I'll go through and I'll place 3 to 5. This is a fairly small area, so I'm going to do 3. And then I'm going to place 3 of my next one. And then I'm going to reevaluate. So I think I need a few more of these. I think I'll go with 5 of these total. There we go. But then I'm going to go back in with my hydrangeas again to fill in more of the gaps. So why I like doing this is because it'll keep me from accidentally clustering all of the same plants all together. Because I don't want to end up just overwhelming with one plant and then not having enough space for the other. So that's why I try to stagger my counts. So I'll place some of one, some of the other, and then go back. So there is that. And then anywhere else that I may still want plants, I'll go in with some filler. I like having pretty dense landscaping, so I tend to go in with quite a lot of my filler plant and just fill in some gaps. But obviously, do what works for you. And then the final step for the core base flower bed landscaping is to grab terrain paint. I usually go with Smarter Starter soil because it works with pretty much every world, and just do a nice light coat under everything that touches the ground. I'll put it under the edges of the path, under all of my flowers, under all of my rocks, under my foundation, everything. And I think this is possibly what you were missing from some of your builds. I think I saw terrain paint in some of them, but it was very light. It's almost like, you know how when you get a sticker and it has that white outline around it? It's sort of like that, where it's not necessarily part of the design, but it helps it stand out a little bit and not just be so much green stacked on top of green that it makes your eyes start crossing. Alright, so I'm going to save that, and then we can talk about trees in a second, but I want to catch up on chat as well. So that's like my core landscaping method. If you want to learn more about my core landscaping method, I have 3 separate videos that are each almost an hour long, talking about basic landscaping, every single thing in landscaping, including all the water tools and all that, how to pick what size trees you want, how to pick what trees you want, how to make it look like a forest, how to make it look like a jungle, how to make it look like an English cottage garden. I've got a lot of landscaping resources as well. Kareem heading to bed. Sleep well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. People were just doing so many commands. Oh, Kareem was sending like all of them. Thank you. And yeah, join the Discord. It's a great place. TikTok. If you would like to join the Discord, the link is in my bio, but you do have to open the link in your web browser, not the TikTok web app. Otherwise it won't work. It's dumb, but that's how life works. Now you're sleeping. Good luck. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Who else is here? You own a stone Victorian home. You want to put in hibiscus plants in the beds. I mean, you do you, obviously. I think hibiscus is lovely. There's definitely something to be said for bringing in interesting and dynamic plants. Just when it comes to The Sims 4, if we're doing basic landscaping, generally I'll match the world. But if you do go through with that, I'd love some pictures. Oh yes, yellow flowers. Yes, absolutely. Jolly, your real life house gonna finally be nice. Yay! That's nice. Thanks for coming in. Never thought about sizing down plants and sizing up rocks. Yes, so that helps as well. Just for some of the variety. So if I were to like go through and make all of the I was trying to prove a point by going through and making all the plants their like default size again, and you're going to see just how monotonous it is. I really recommend resizing stuff. It adds so much variety without adding more stuff. Smacked the mic, apologies. So one of the reasons that I tend to limit plants, so I only have 4 different plants here, tend to limit plants but encourage resizing, is because it gives your eye more different sizes of stuff to look at without also adding in more textures and colors. Because while in real life, having an abundance of different landscaping items is gorgeous, in game, because of the way pixels work and all that stuff, it just makes your eyes really tired, it gets really busy, the pixels get confused. So we do want to follow slightly different rules when we're talking about in-game landscaping versus real-life landscaping. So that's why I recommend with those things. Trees. Okay, so for trees. Trees are going to impact your perceived size of your house. For example, if I put this tree in, it's a lot shorter than your house, so your house is going to look bigger. Then if I put, where's like a super tall tree? If I put this super tall tree in, obviously this doesn't fit with the world, but it is going to help your house feel smaller and cozier. So you want to keep in mind your general tree size, and you can resize trees as well. So like, let's grab this one, the American beech tree. As is, that's a fine tree, but it does look kind of small compared to your house. If we were to size it down once and get it to be about 1/3 the height of your house, then it looks like a decorative tree, which is fine. We can definitely do decorative trees. If we leave it the way that it is, it's just a small tree. And if we were to size it up once, again with our bracket keys, then it'll look like a nice big tree and help frame our house out, which is nice. But if we compare that to a 1-story house, well, honestly, the Demaxian house has a pretty tall roof, so I'm not going to be able to use that as an example. But if you just, if we just pretend that our house is short, right, then this size tree would look totally fine, and this one might look a little bit tall. So you do kind of want to be paying attention to your overall tree height. And in general, I only recommend using 1 or 2 different kinds of trees per lot, otherwise it's going to look really cluttered for the same reasons I mentioned before. Real life, multiple trees, lovely. In game, it's too many greens and pixels just not laying right on top of each other, and it's too visually busy in game just because we're perceiving so much more space at one time. Like, this isn't how you perceive a house in real life, right? You perceive it like this, so then a whole bunch of different plants together isn't as overwhelming. So, there you go. Just got making something and want to make a TikTok video of it, so see ya. Bye! Thanks for swinging by, and I hope that you have a great night. Okay. Yay, so that is like my crash course in landscaping. So like for this one, I can tell that this is a more modern build, and you're probably trying to go for that with your landscaping, with making it very repetitive, but I think it might be too repetitive on this one, and you might want to consider breaking it up or adding some rocks, or maybe resizing a couple of the trees, stuff like that. Where was the other one I was looking at? Oh, for this one, like, I can't see any terrain paint in here, so I think that adding a little bit of terrain paint would be really helpful, and possibly removing one of your very, very green plants and replacing it with a flower for a little bit more color. That might be helpful on that one. This feels very symmetrical, and your plants feel quite large, so I would consider going through and sizing some of them down in this one. But yeah, hopefully that gives you some ideas. And if you ever want more landscaping resources, I have so many landscaping videos I would love to send your way or tag you in or whatever. Now, this one is a Love Island shell challenge you're working on. The excessive palm trees are... Oh, okay. If it's like based off a real thing, then I will just ignore everything that I say for the privacy vibes, for sure. Were they this one or this one? I don't know. They're one of these. So even in that case, you could try sizing some of them down, rotating them so they're facing slightly different directions, staggering in a couple of other things. But yeah, if you're going for more modern, then having more repetition and stuff like that totally makes sense. But yeah, this is like base landscaping. And if you were to replace each and every one of these plants with like an island living plant, Let's see. So if I were to start replacing these just with island living stuff, what should we replace that one with? Let's replace that with this one. Just by using the exact same method, but a different pack of plants, it's going to look completely different and like it belongs in a completely different world. Just by switching out the plant types. So hopefully that's helpful. Learned so much, appreciate the advice, and look forward to minimizing your landscaping. I know I'm a bit of a minimalist, but it is for a reason. And you can always add more, but starting with less might be helpful, especially if you're resizing stuff. So that's what I've got for you there. You know what, let me put the normal landscaping back. And I'll put this back on the gallery. So you can take a closer look if you'd like. Yay. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. I will check that off. And I think we just have the one last one, which I believe is an update on what we've done in the past, which is probably good, because it's closing in on midnight, and I should probably go to bed. And plus it always takes me an hour to like shut everything down, get the chapters in the video and all that, so let us go. Take this one. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. I'm very excited about this. Okay, so this is on a 3020. Oh shoot, which lot is this one on? I don't remember where I put it last time. I think I put it in For Rent. Philippines Traditional House. Yeah. Okay, let's go over to For Rent and put... Oh wait, what lot size is it? 3020. Let's go put it in its natural habitat. I'm very excited to see the update on this one. Also, this is the last one I have on my queue. If I did miss you, please speak up now so that I can add you. Otherwise, this will probably be the last one, and I will carry on my happy way. I'm very excited to explore this world, though. Alright, over to Tomarang. 3020. Actually, wait, this is where we put it last time. Oh good, we can get like a before and after. Oh, how exciting. There we go. So this is where... Oh. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to pick the best lighting I could. This is where we were sitting last time. So this is what the build was looking like. I offered some landscaping input, did a little pond, talked about tropical landscaping, talked about some backyard landscaping. Obviously, this is very pieced together. And, yeah, this is obviously not how I intended it to stay. Just spitballing some ideas, pick one, scrap the rest. So this is where we were. And now... Rose, you've had an update as well. Cool. I would love to see that. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget about it, though. Notification wall full. Nobody cares. Alright, so this is where we're at now. Isn't this amazing? The amount of detail. Like, this... Whoop. This spandrel, like, these details don't come with it. This is the limeware platter, which has been raised up manually and placed. Isn't, like, the amount of detail on this is just insane. I am so in love. So it looks like we ended up scrapping the pond, which is totally fine. This is so cute. Oh my gosh, look at the amount of work that went into this. It does look like there are a few debug items, which is fantastic. I love using debug. Oh, this is so cool. But yeah, so you can see that a lot of like the island living and tropical plants were pulled in over here. Either island living or For Rent debug. Who knows? And the planter boxes, oh my gosh. This looks so good. Oh, and then there's the little garden bed back here as well, which we spoke about briefly. But yeah, this is amazing. I want to look at the inside as well. What is this? Oh! So that was rotated with tool. Hang on, we're going to want to see this. So that was rotated with tool to become like a ceiling tile. Look at that. Look at that. That is amazing. This sort of stuff makes me want to use Tool, but I know once I start I won't go back, and then we're all in trouble. This is an amazing house. Oh my goodness. Just the amount of detail and the clutter and the decorating and the color palette. Fabulous. Okay, this is a solid 10 out of 10. This is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing the update. This is so cool. Does Limeware Platter have any cultural or architectural significance? So this is... I'm not going to say this correctly, but this is Bahay Nabato, a Philippines traditional house. And then the original builder says that they are not that familiar with the Pinoy houses, but they did enjoy building this house. So I'm also not familiar with Philippines architecture, but I can tell that this is a fantastic build. However, historically or artistically or culturally exact it is, I cannot speak to. But as far as like the quality of build, this is very, 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 very good. Very, very cool. Yes, so this has been uploaded by gadissulsul here, but it says the original is by Mr. Ganshi. I don't know. Oh, it didn't bring us directly to the build. Obviously, that would be annoying. However, I don't see one that's the exact same over here. It might be based on this one. Something that can happen, though, is if you have a house downloaded from somebody and then you build on that lot, unless you completely bulldoze it, it will still register as that person being the original builder. But this particular version of it is over here. Thanks for the ideas. Use the ideas and it was a shell challenge. Oh, okay, cool. That makes more sense then for the original. So, thank you for answering that question. That makes more sense. Hey, look, if I just read the freaking hashtags, I would have figured that out. But yeah, this is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing the update. This is fabulous. So there you go. That is super duper cool. Sleepy, well, I tried to answer that question. Carrie, hello. Welcome in. And Rose also had an update. So let me go back over to your ID. Oh my goodness. Wait, is this the same one? Is this the same one we were just working on? There's no way. This looks completely different. Your AC is out and it's stupid hot. I am so sorry. It has been so hot up here. We have been struggling so hard just to keep the house below 80 degrees. It's finally starting to cool off a little bit, but I feel you. It is rough. It's just changed. Oh my god. Well, it looks completely different. All right, let's go take a look at this. And I should also still have the original on the lot in Sulani, so we can do a lovely little before and after again. Yay! I love these updates. So we were just here. So this is where I left it, what, like 2 hours ago. Working on it, you don't think you even realized how much it changed. So this is what it looked like when I uploaded it. And now this is what it's looking like. So yes, it has changed a little bit. Just a little bit. Indy, it's so cold here today. Well, you're on the other side of the planet. I am sorry that you're cold though. However, if you'd like to trade, I am open. I am open to a weather exchange. Wow. Okay, this has changed so much. Oh my goodness. Yes, I think that adding the color to the house so that the windows actually had something to contrast against made a huge difference. And I really like that you went with a more traditional roof. I think this is super cool. We'll trade, yes. Yeah. Oh, and here's like the tiered decking and everything. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, wow. This looks so cool. This is super neat. Oh my goodness. See, and then you guys build stuff like this, and I'm like, why do I even make videos? What is the point? You guys are amazing. This is so impressive. I assume you're... oh, wow, you've really been just working at this the whole time. The floor plan and everything. This is looking amazing. I don't think I quite understood what you meant by the tier decking, but now that I'm thinking back to it, I understand better what you were saying. I was thinking of something else entirely from a different build, but yeah, this looks really cool. We could go half and half, right? Fixes helped you find the inspiration. That is fair. Well, as I say many times, and I genuinely mean it, even if you don't like what I do, hopefully it at least helps you figure out what you don't like and can make a better version. We build like this because you make videos, Indy. That's very sweet. Yeah. Wow, this is so cool. Please come back when you have the rest of it done, or if you send it in the Discord. But this is completely different. I am blown away. So again, refresher. We were... oh goodness, there it is. We were here. That is cool. That is very, very cool. All right, well, I think that's the end. If you're just joining us, hi, thank you so much for joining the stream. It is midnight where I live, and I do have grown-up stuff to do tomorrow, so I do have to go to bed. But if you'd like to join us in the future, we do the Sam Help live streams the first Monday of every month, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you ever have a build that you need some help with, I recommend swinging by. If you're not able to make that, or if you just want to hang out more, I also recommend joining the Discord. I'm going to try and put the link in the YouTube chat, if I can type properly, so you can join through there. TikTok, the link is through my bio. It's right at the top of the screen once you click that link, but you do have to open it in your web browser, not the TikTok web browser, because otherwise it doesn't work, which is stupid, but it's reality. So that's what we got to do. I will leave you with Dance Cat as always, but thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. It's been a pleasure. I'm very much looking forward to doing more streams again in the fall. As of right now, the next stream is scheduled for... actually, let me bring this up real quick. The next stream is scheduled for August 2nd. That'll be another Build Help Live, and then we'll resume the normal stream schedule at that point. So, September 2nd, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, more Build Help Live. Hopefully, Dance Cat works. Thank you so much for building with me today. I look forward to building with you all again very, very soon. And sleep well, everybody. Please work, Dance Cat. Maybe? I'm supposed to be able to have this little button that I can push and it makes things happen, but it doesn't want to go. Let's try it this way. It'd be so sad if it didn't play. Boo! Oh, I was going to try to play it a different way, but the computer isn't letting me click stuff, and I don't know where the mouse is. So, what a fun day. Well, unfortunately, we can't do Dance Cat today. I'm very sorry, but literally none of my 3 methods for playing it are working. Yay! Oh well. Thank you guys for building with me today, and I look forward to building with you all again very, very soon. Sleep well, everyone.